Okay. We are live, folks. How are we doing? How the heck is everyone? How are we feeling? What's up, Corey, Random Ozzy, Claire, Elizabeth, Terry, Dan? How is everyone? Oil in 6? Hey, I like that positivity. We need that positivity these days. Pretty excited to see the Oilers go down 3 in the series. Oh, no, Juice. Juice, please. Come on. It's the start of the stream. Feeling like I don't want to see the Joker transformation today. Oh, well, we'll see what happens. What's up, Draisaitl? What's up, Milana? Good to see you again. Staying up for this game in Europe, so I hope we get it done tonight. This is a must-win. Absolutely. Austin, are you nervous? I'm anxious. And there's a difference between nervous and anxious. I'm anxious to see how this team responds on home ice. I'm anxious to see if they can take advantage of the line matchups. And I'm anxious to see if this team is truly cooked or if they make a series of it. You need Harry Potter powers to win this game, mate. Get you on for some Oilers goals. Yeah, no kidding, hey? Please, 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 Oilers. What's up, Flamingo? Welcome back. What's up, Mr. NHL? Welcome back. They need to stop Kempe or it's over. Well, I mean, they have to stop pretty much everything. They pretty much have to stop literally everything. Oilers need the crucial first goal. Absolutely. Carolina fan here in Japan. I think y'all make it to the finals. I really want to see that rematch of 2006. I would love that. Yeah, Erica is at the game. What's up, Kamal? Good to see you again. With me being a newer hockey fan, if they win this game, does that mean they move on? No. So it's a best of 7. So if Edmonton wins, the series will be 2-1 in favor of LA. It's the first team to win 4 games, and then they move on. Mr. NHL says Oil in 7. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like the positivity so far. That's good. It is Pickard in net today. Yo, what's up, Jax? Congrats on the subs. Go Kings. Hey, I appreciate that, Jax. I appreciate that a lot. Good luck tonight, of course, to your Kings and any other Kings fan tuning in. Good luck, my friends. I hope we get a great game. He's got more to prove than anyone. Yeah, that's true. Please win this. Erie Otters fans have nothing anymore. Oh, no, that's sad. Crozier says LA in 4. I'm bookmarking that. If Oilers win tonight, I'll study for my last final on Monday. Well, I hope they win then. What's up, Zach? Good to see you again. Frederic over Jeff Skinner is sad. It's embarrassing is what it is. I don't agree with Kris Knoblauch's decision-making at all. I'm a Flames fan cheering for the Kings only because I got Kopitar and Fogle in my pool. You know what, Marvin? That's super justified. That is justified 100%. What's up, Derek? Hey, Gonzalez, welcome back. Go Oilers, 4 a.m. in Spain. Excited to watch first Oilers win in the playoffs. Oilers in 7. Oh, man, I hope so. Praying I don't get a heart attack tonight. Yeah, heart rate's already at 120, so let's see what happens here. I did watch the Habs game. Both starting goaltenders got injured. I hope Logan Thompson's okay. His did not look very good. I have no idea, Kamal. No idea what's going on with Kris Knoblauch and Jeff Skinner. I'm just him. Welcome back. Oilers in 7. I love it. Yeah, that's true, Draisaitl fan. Hopefully Calvin Pickard. All Calvin Pickard has to do is just give the team average goaltending. 900 save percentage. 3 goals on 30 shots. And the team has a chance. Austin's blue chair going to win us the series. I hope so. It didn't bring us much luck in the third period in game 2. And here come the players onto the ice. This crowd is loud, folks. Go Oilers. 11 p.m. in Argentina. Wow. Welcome, Juan. I should say, welcome back. Stu save percentage 810. Yeah. I did see Strome hit Thompson. Yeah, that was brutal. Little friendly fire there. Hey, Austin and Oilers fans, pumped after the electric Habs game. Hope Pickard plays good enough. I hope what Montreal did as a little bit of inspiration for Edmonton. You can get yourself back into this series. 4:05 in Hawaii. Look at that, Crozier. It's probably nice and warm there. Seeing how home turf worked for the Habs gives me hope, yeah. Edmonton's just got to play their game and get the lead. The most important thing is getting the lead. We doing 53 memberships in honor of Jeff Skinner? Oh, no, that's sad. 82 Fahrenheit. I'm assuming that's probably about 26 degrees Celsius, but I could be wrong. Maybe like 24 Celsius. Can I vlog myself at the Oilers game on Sunday? I will be doing lots of stuff on Sunday when I'm at the game. Absolutely. The boys love Pickard. I reckon it's going to change the mood and play on the ice. I think so too. Oh, I was close. I was close on the Celsius conversion. I'm not always a negative Nancy. No, it's all good. Yeah, we were warm today here too, Mr. NHL. Oh, that's savage. I'm just him. That's savage. Jim says King sweep. Okay. I'm bookmarking that. Nose picker's gonna have to stand on his head tonight. Is that what Kings fans call Pickard? Is nose picker? I agree. I agree for you, but sometimes you got to accept the breaks that happen sometimes. Although we'll see, obviously Dobish, he's young. Maybe he runs with it now. Clip farming tonight, let's go. It's all good, Juice. That's funny. Need a good hit on Kempe or Byfield, go Wallman. And as long as it's like, don't cheap shot people. Don't go after guys after whistles, right? Oh, national anthems, folks. I'm taking my hat off. Yes, my hair is disgusting right now. Go Oilers and Picky. Yeah, I'm already like amped up for this game. All right, as always, folks, with the chat that's live, you will still see chat on the screen, but during the play, I am hiding chat for myself so that, goals aren't spoiled. Have a blast tonight. After every whistle, I will try and answer as many questions or comments as I can. We had a lot of viewers for Game 2. We're already at a ton of concurrent viewers right now. So if I miss your comment, I do apologize. I try and make sure I'm acknowledging literally everybody. Oh, I love that, Mr. NHL. I actually love that. A nice forehead. Yeah, right? It's huge. Wearing a Bobrovsky jersey. Okay. I got 2 streams going. Very nice. What's up, Colby? How's it going, brother? Hope your day was good. Mine was good. If you had food, what did you eat? Mine was fries and chicken strips. I had some Ichiban noodles for supper, and now I have a ice-cold Molson Canadian to go with the game. So cheers, everyone, of course. Bought it after Game 3 last year. Yeah, he got a little worried. Oh, no. Could you imagine? Edmonton had come back. Man, this Oilers crowd singing "Oh Canada," they are loud. Loud and proud. I agree. $250 reminder. Yeah, right? What's up, Flo Bleak? So far, the team that has scored first has won the game. Yeah, it's imperative Edmonton. If Edmonton wants to win, they got to get the first goal. I'm at the game. Let's go, Erica. Get off your phone. Enjoy the game. Don't even pull your phone out. Enjoy the game. What's up, Potato? What's up, Ash? Watching from a pub in New Zealand. Mind if we beam you up on the screen? Hey, let's do it. Love that. Welcome, my New Zealand friends. That's amazing. Water bucket release. Oh, no. Gordon! So Jeff Skinner's in the press box again, yet Henrique gets another. Yeah, I know. And Trent Frederic as well. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Can I come to the game with you? Extra tickets, unfortunately. I only had enough money for one ticket. It was just one ticket for Sunday's game. Yeah, Kemper is beatable. I wanted to go to the Habs one, but the cheapest ticket possible was $600. Oh, no. Cheapers. The cheapest I saw on fansfirst.ca was about $260. You were on TV last year in the Moss Pit? Love that. All right, so we're just waiting for puck drop. I'm not sure what the delay is here. He can do it again. I agree. Puck is dropped. I'm hiding, chat. Good luck. Have fun. Opening faceoff won by the Kings. They send it deep into the Oilers zone. Here's Kulak. He'll get that puck up. Connor Brown across the ice tries to find Darnell Nurse. Nurse dumps the puck deep into the LA zone. Connor Brown will pick it up on the half wall. Tries to play it behind the Kings net. Evander Kane will pick it up. Connor Brown now back to Kane. Kane with a shot. That goes high and wide. Kulak from the blue line towards the goal. That goes behind the net to Adam Henrique. Henrique on his backhand. Back to Darnell Nurse. He'll play it to Evander Kane. Kane on the forehand. Plays it back to Kulak. Oh, and the puck bounced over Kulak's stick. And he'll give it back to Darnell Nurse. Nurse towards Kemper. And the Oilers will get a change. Good first shift for the Evander Kane line. Here's LaFerriere for the LA Kings. He'll dump it into the corner in the Oilers zone. Wallman can't come up with it. Here's Nugent Hopkins for Edmonton. He's out there with McDavid and Hyman. Here's a centering pass in front for the Kings, and it doesn't make it. Here's Byfield with a shot, and that's tipped on net, and that's stopped by Pickard. Puck behind the Oilers net. Oilers scrambling a bit. Here's Klingberg. He'll move it to Nuge. Nuge is picked off, and the Kings actually knock it out of the Oilers zone with a glove pass. Puck is shot back into the Oilers' end. Here's Pickard. He's going to leave that to Wallman. Here's Jake Wallman now. Waiting for a play. Gives it to Victor Arvidsson. Victor Arvidsson with speed. He's trying to find Draisaitl, who is coming in on the right side. Arvidsson fell. Everyone take a drink when Arvidsson falls tonight. That's his fall count is 1. Arvidsson on the back check, putting pressure on. Puck comes back to the neutral zone. Here's Kopitar. He'll play that across the ice. Kempe dumps it in deep. Kuzmenko is going to chase after it against Bouchard. Bouchard up the right wing. Back to the blue line. Mikey Anderson cycles it around the boards. Vasily Podkolzin on his forehand, flips it to the neutral zone. Victor Arvidsson picks it up. He leaves it for Draisaitl. Draisaitl drops to Darnell Nurse. Walking in. Nurse with a shot. And that deflects high and out of play. And Nurse, he had Arvidsson for a potential one-timer if he wanted to take it, but going to be blackout by the third period, right? Oh, man. Fogle hit Brett Kulak real hard on that opening shift. What a hit by Fogle. I agree, Colby. I don't understand. I don't know why Jeff Skinner's not in the lineup, but we'll see what happens. Looks like the top line is Nugent Hopkins, Connor McDavid, and Zach Hyman. So it's not what it was at morning skate, which is interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if they keep Nuge with McDavid and Hyman. But that line was effective in last year's playoffs, so I don't mind it. Here's Janmark out there with Trent Frederic and Corey Perry. Offensive zone draw for the Oilers. 17:57 to play in the first. Linesman taking his time. Won by Janmark. Here's Emberson. Down low. Here's the Oilers now. Frederic around the boards. Here's Corey Perry. Perry on his forehand. Plays it back to the blue line. Here's a shot towards the goal. Drops in front. Oh, and Trent Frederic has a beautiful opportunity, and Darcy Kemper makes a massive save on Trent Frederic. Wow. I'm praying for us, Austin. You deserve to see a good game Sunday. Hey, let's go, Cheyenne. Represent that hometown. Let's go. Let's do it. Big win tonight. Big win tonight. I agree, Jim. All right, offensive zone draw for the Oilers. Connor McDavid, he's going to take it. Face off. Linesman taking his sweet time. McDavid wins it. Across to Nurse, to Bouchard. Bouchard cycles it to McDavid. McDavid, he's hit hard by Kempe. From his knees, McDavid, he's tripped up. And there's going to be no call Looked like McDavid was tripped up, but there's no call. Here's Pickard. He'll play it into the left corner for Nurse. Nurse to the middle of the ice. McDavid across to Bouchard. Bouchard waiting for reinforcements. He'll throw it high and deep into the Kings zone. It's bouncing around. Edmonton's going to come up with it. Here's McDavid on his backhand. He's knocked down again. Centering to Nugent Hopkins, and he scores! Ryan Nugent Hopkins gives the Oilers an early lead, 1-0 for Edmonton. Let's go! Ryan Nugent Hopkins! And the Oilers have their first lead of the series. What a play. Now, McDavid was tripped up. There was no call. Edmonton gets the puck in deep. It's bouncing around. McDavid brings it behind the Kings net. He gives it to Hyman. What a centering pass to Nugent Hopkins, who's left all alone. And Nugent Hopkins buries it. Great patience. Waits for Kemper to go down. And the Oilers have a 1-0 lead early in this one. Huge goal for Edmonton. Huge goal for Nugent Hopkins. And I called Nugent Hopkins out in my pregame report today. I called him out. So Nugent Hopkins, let's go. Assist to Hyman and McDavid, and there's a whistle now. Looks like faceoff's going to be in the neutral zone. Oh, man, and the Kemper chat is so loud. Rogers Place crowd is going nuts. Look at them. They are serenading Kemper. Wow, that crowd is loud. What a great play by McDavid. And then Hyman supports. And what a pass to Nugent Hopkins. Oilers with the early lead. Love to see that. Here's Emberson. Puck's knocked off his stick. Fogle chases after it. Nice play by Kulak to reverse to Emberson. Emberson to Connor Brown. Brown trying to move the puck up. He can't get it out. Kane, though, on his backhand. Nice play to Adam Henrique. It's in his feet. He didn't know where it was. Unfortunate. Yo, David with the $5 super chat. Let's go. If it's not too much trouble, can you guys wait for Austin to call it? Okay, so David says, chat, don't spoil the goals. That's what David is asking with the $5 super chat. Don't spoil the goals for everyone. Here's Leon Draisaitl. He'll take the faceoff at center. Or not at center. It's in the offensive zone. It's in the Kings zone. He's out there with Podkolzin and Arvidsson. Draisaitl, well, take a drink every time Draisaitl gets kicked out of the faceoff dot. This is going to happen 500 times today. Oh, linesman's talking to Draisaitl. They're not kicking him out of the draw. All right. Here's Draisaitl, wins it back. Here's Wallman with a shot. Puck goes wide. Here's Klingberg trying to get it to the net. That's blocked in front. Oh, and here's a giveaway. Oh, and a one-timer by Arvidsson. And that's stopped by Kemper. Pickard was okay. He wasn't bad. He wasn't, amazing. He did what he had to do. He gives the team a chance to win. And that's what the team needs right now. They need some stability in the crease. $16:24 to play in the first period. Shots are 4-2 Edmonton. Another offensive zone draw for the Oilers. Draisaitl's going to take this again against Kopitar. Draisaitl. He wins it to Arvidsson. He'll play it to Wallman with a shot, and that's in front. Bounced in front. Nobody could come up with it. And Edmonton, they'll pick it up. Here's Klingberg in his own zone, waiting for reinforcements. Klingberg gives it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl, dipsy doodling. He'll play it across to Podkolzin. Podkolzin walks in, drops it to Klingberg. Klingberg to Podkolzin. Podkolzin to Klingberg with a shot. And that's stopped by Darcy Kemper. Good job by Edmonton. They're getting a lot of shots right now. Yo, Pickleball Pat with the $2 super chat. Toronto fan, but definitely cheering for the Oilers. I appreciate that, Pickleball. Thank you. Right, Phillip? Where has this team been? A lot of hockey to play, though. This team, they got to keep pushing here. Oilers making a change. They got Bouchard and Nurse out on defense. It's another offensive zone draw for the Oilers. They're putting the Janmark line out. Janmark, Perry, and Trent Frederic. Sorry. Janmark off the face-off. Janmark wins the draw. Here's Bouchard with a shot, and that deflects high over the net. Trent Frederic trying to get into the middle. He was blocked off. And here comes Quentin Byfield. Byfield trying to escape by Darnell Nurse. Nurse hits Byfield on the boards, but Byfield, he plays it along the half wall. It's poked forward to Corey Perry. Perry across to Darnell Nurse. Nurse will get it to Trent Frederic, who just deflects it in lightly on Kemper, who gets the Bronx cheer by the Oilers crowd. LA, they shoot the puck down in the Oilers zone. Ty Emberson on the fly into the middle. Janmark can't come up with it. And Janmark's being kind of boxed out there. Crowd's not happy about it. Joel Edmondson blocked Janmark from moving forward. Crowd wanted a call. They weren't going to get one. Here come the Kings. Philip Deneau through the middle of the ice. He'll play it to Warren Foegele. Foegele into the Oilers zone, back to the point. Here's Doughty with a shot. And that is off of Pickard's pads and into the corner. Puck back to Doughty, to Mikey Anderson. Anderson shoots it wide intentionally. Connor McDavid on the back check. Can't get it against Moore. Moore is tied up by Emberson. And here's Connor McDavid now. He'll play that puck to Brett Kulak as the Oilers will skate up and dump it into the King zone. Doughty will pick it up, pressured by the Oilers. Here's a play. Oh, man, McDavid would have been wide open if Hyman could have found him, but the Kings are going to get that out. Oh, and Brett Kulak with a big hit on Moore. See you later, Ace. Thanks for tuning in, pal. Here's Evan Bouchard. He'll give that puck to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl with speed. Walks in. Oh, would have been offside. He circles back. Doesn't like what he sees. Here's Draisaitl. Deep into the King zone. Arvidsson will chase after it. Oh, big hit by Podkolzin on Spence. Darnell Nurse trying to get it against Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko to the middle. Nurse pokes it forward. Podkolzin in his feet. He'll play it back to Bouchard. Bouchard gets it up to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson with a spin. What a play. Here comes Arvidsson. Shoots. Rebound in front. Oh, man. And nobody on Edmonton could come up with a good clear by the Kings. Here comes Kempe. He's going to drop it to Kopitar. Spins away from a check. Plays the puck deep into the Oilers zone. Here's Klingberg. Reverses to Connor Brown. Brown reverses it back to Darnell Nurse. Darnell Nurse for Edmonton. Oh, man. Plays it to Klingberg. Puck bouncing all over the place. Here's Klingberg for the Oilers. To the left wing. Henrique dumps it in deep. Evander Kane chases after it. He checks his man. Comes to Klingberg. Oh, man. That deflects high and out of play, as we're going to have a whistle and our first commercial break of the period. I agree, Vehicle. No, 100%. This is Pickard's crease. Good start for the Oilers. When I go to Rogers on Sunday, I hope the camera catches you. I'm in the second level. I doubt the camera's going to catch me. I don't think it'll catch me unless I'm doing something crazy and they have a camera guy up there, but it's usually all the lower bowl that they focus on. That would be the dream, Janias. That would be the dream. At this point, I just want to win. I don't care how they do it. Oilers do look good. They look good. They look fast. They're getting shots on net. I agree, Ghost. I was tough on Knoblauch in the pregame report. I was really tough on him. Put on orange face paint. That'd be fun. I could do something funny. Those top two lines are exactly what they're supposed to be. Exactly. I don't know why Kris Knoblauch was trying to galaxy brain game 1 and 2. I don't get it. So I can stay out nice. I love that, Brody. Love that. How's the D looking? They look good so far. They look calm. They look collected. I want to see Draisaitl and McDavid smile. Well, we got an early smile from McDavid and Nuge. Montreal game was amazing. Great game, atmosphere, and result. Absolutely. That Montreal game was crazy. The Bell Center. Now, I went to the Bell Center for the Oilers and Habs back in November this season. Edmonton lost 3-0, but that atmosphere is unmatched. I'm going to have to compare it to the Oilers playoff game on Sunday to know who's the louder fans, because the Bell Center was very loud when I was there in November. And that wasn't even a playoff game. I love McDaddy. Yep. Absolutely, Layla. Driving 14 hours tomorrow to Boston. Oh, wow. Well, drive safe, my friend. No, I don't live in Montreal. I live in Alberta, but my dad flew me out to Montreal. He lives in Quebec to see the Oilers and Habs in November. That was great. All right. Back from commercial. I'm hiding the chat once more. The Oilers have an offensive zone face-off. Adam Henrique's going to take it against Byfield. Looks like Henrique's going to get kicked out of the face-off dot. Evander Kane is going to jump in. No, Connor Brown. Connor Brown's going to take the face-off. Connor Brown waiting for the puck to drop. He loses it, but Henrique chases after it. Tries to play it around behind the Kings net. And the puck is flipped to the middle of the ice, and nice play. And here comes Laferriere. Laferriere into the middle, throws a shot on net, goes wide. John Klingberg trying to make a play. He's checked off the puck. Comes to Fiala. He can't get it towards the Edmonton net. Oh, no. Puck up the boards. That was given away. Fiala back to Laferriere. Puck's going to come to the half wall. Edmondson. He plays it back to Fiala towards the Oilers net. That deflects. And here's a pass. Oh, Adam Henrique would have had a breakaway if he hadn't been checked there. What a pass attempt by Evander Kane. That would have been perfect. Here's Jake Wallman waiting for the Oilers to make a change. 12:40 to play in the first period. Here's Klingberg. Up the middle. Deflected in by Trent Frederic. Frederic chases after it. Puck shot to the neutral zone. Here's Warren Fogle. That'll come to Kulak. Right boards. Corey Perry had no idea where it was, but he throws the puck in deep. Dumps it in. Kemper off the boards. Trent Frederic can't make a play. Comes back Kulak back at center. Corey Perry's offside, and they're going to blow that down. So 12:10 remaining left in the first. Perry's a rat. He's the worm. He's the worm. Yeah. So it looks like both teams are kind of settling in here. 12:10 to play here in the period. The McDavid line goes out. McDavid at his blue line with the face-off against Byfield. And McDavid will get kicked out. Nugent Hopkins will step in for him. Line's been saying something. LA loses the draw. Puck given to Bouchard. He'll play it to Darnell Nurse. Back to Evan Bouchard. Up the left wing to center. Flipped in deep by Connor McDavid. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins chases after it against Drew Doughty. Mikey Anderson can't get the puck by Hyman. Nugent-Hopkins centers in front with a shot, and that's stopped by Darcy Kemper. The LA Kings with a breakout, 2-on-3. Dumped in by Laferriere. Evan Bouchard. Reverses to McDavid. Gives it to Darnell Nurse with speed. Here comes Nurse now. Up the left wing. Finds Bouchard. Bouchard off of his stick. It's at the Kings line. Not offside. Kings dump it in the Oilers zone. Pickard leaves it behind his net for Connor McDavid. McDavid with speed. He's going to fly up the neutral zone. Here comes McDavid. He tries to get around. Oh, and that's a penalty. Kuzmenko interfered with McDavid, and we have a power play for the Oilers. Power play for Edmonton. That was definitely interference. The initial play on McDavid is fine, but it's bringing him to the boards and then just holding him there. That's the interference. That's the right call, in my opinion. Because, yeah, Kempe threw a hit. Kuzmenko comes in, and that's fine. But then he keeps holding, and then he puts his body in front of him. Bit of a pick play. That's interference. Let's see if the Oilers power play. They haven't scored yet in this series. Let's see if this top unit can get something going. Corey Perry's out there for the net front presence, not Zach Hyman. That is interesting. Very, very interesting. 11:20 to play here. Draisaitl will take the face-off. He wins it back to Bouchard. With a shot. Scores! Evan Bouchard with a bomb! A power play goal! 5 seconds into the power play. 2-0 Edmonton! 3 seconds. It took 3 seconds. Let's go. And Kemper's complaining about Corey Perry there, but this should count. I can't see there being any goal interference on this one. Let's see what happened. Why is Kopitar mad? Draisaitl wins it. Perry, he skates back. No, it's outside the blue paint. It's outside the blue paint. That's going to count. Here's Draisaitl against Kopitar. Love that. And the Oilers finally get a power play goal, and Evan Bouchard walks in, and he just blasts it past Darcy Kemper. What a screen, and they're talking about it. Drew Doughty, he's asking about goalie interference. This has to count. This has to count. Oh, maybe, Juice, maybe. All right, so 2-0 Edmonton, 11:15 left in the first period. The Oilers with their first power play goal of the series, and the crowd continues to serenade Darcy Kemper. Here come the Oilers. Zach Hyman with speed, walks into the Kings zone, stops up, spins, behind the Kings net. Here's McDavid, back to the point. Here's Bouchard towards the goal, deflected in front, and that goes just wide. Hyman trying to wrap it around, it's still in the crease. And that's stopped by Kemper, and there's going to be an offensive zone draw. The Oilers are all over the Kings right now. All over them. What a goal by Evan Bouchard. They're showing the replay again. Just an absolute bomb. Corey Perry never once went into the blue paint. Darcy Kemper came out to play he came out to challenge. He bumped into Corey Perry. That's what he was mad about. David Riddick is the backup in LA, Kyle. Adam Henrique wins it. Here's Brett Kulak for the Oilers. Brett Kulak towards the net. Oh, man, and Connor Brown almost had a tap in. Warren Fogle with speed. He'll skate it through the neutral zone. Can't get it by Emberson. Emberson blocks the lane, plays it behind his own net. Emberson now up the half wall. He's hit hard by Warren Fogle. Emberson, another chance to get it up, gets it to Brown. The LA Kings putting pressure on. Connor Brown with the puck. Plays it across to Kulak. Here's Kulak now. He'll give it back to Emberson. Up to Connor Brown on the right wing. He's got Evander Kane trailing. Brown puts it in deep. Kane goes in after it. Oh, and Kane throws a big hit on, I don't know who that was on LA, but Evander Kane threw a big hit there. Crowd into it. LA getting the cycle going. Picked off by Henrique. He'll get that puck to Trent Frederic. Here's Frederic. Dumps it in deep. He's going to chase after it now. Here's Frederic. He tries to throw a big hit. Oh, and there's the crowd's cheering to something. I think Kane hit someone else. Here's a shot by LA. That's stopped by Calvin Pickard. Another shot towards the Oilers net, and that goes just wide. LA continues to put some pressure on here. Good job by Edmonton. They're not panicking. Here's Jake Wallman. He'll reset. Wallman with Klingberg. Here comes Wallman. He'll give that puck to Trent Frederic. Frederic in deep to Spence. Spence up the half wall. Oh, man, and Arvidsson almost picked off a pass in the neutral zone. Here comes Byfield for the Kings. Enters the Oilers zone. Here comes Anderson. That's picked off. Trent Frederic. He just flips it up into the middle. He could have, if Trent Frederic had just taken a quick look, he could have sprung Edmonton on a 2-on-1, but he threw it into the neutral zone. Oh, man, Darnell Nurse throwing some hits on Byfield. No call. Could have called him for roughing there. Here's Leon Draisaitl with speed. Enters the Kings zone. On his backhand. Centers it. Oh, and that goes off the side of the net. Here's Arvidsson. Back to Emberson. Emberson towards the Kings net. Goes wide. Puck comes to the left circle. Kings, they'll get it out. Oh, and a huge hit thrown by Vasily Podkolzin. Draisaitl trying to get it to Podkolzin. Doughty picks it off. The Oilers are crazy aggressive right now. Here's Kempe, stick handling through the neutral zone. That looks offside to me. Kopitar with a shot. That's stopped by Calvin Pickard. Draisaitl coming in to support down low to grab that puck. Kulak against Kuzmenko. Kulak, he's sticked off the puck, but he does get it out of the zone. Here's Jake Wallman. Gives it to Hyman. Hyman on the right wing. Behind the Kings net. Oh, and the net came off the moorings in the Kings zone, and we're going to have a commercial break as I'm already sweating. My God. A little bit of rough stuff. Warren Fogel's mad about something. I don't know what Kempe's saying either. But lots of energy here. The Oilers have a ton of energy right now. Well, there's that, and it's only the first period. When the team, the people come in when the team is losing to see my reaction, right? I get the most viewership when people want to see how I'm reacting to the team losing. When the team's winning, a lot of the outside fans, they're not having as much fun trying to, troll me or get to me, right? That's usually what happens. But hey, 153 current viewers is wild. Like, that's still a ton of viewership. If you are tuning in, by the way, hit that like button. Get that heart rate down. Breathe a bit. Yeah, no kidding. Hey, now my heart rate's going to be up all night. Now, just imagine what my heart rate's going to be like at the game. I'm going to bring my heart rate monitor to the game. I have an app on my phone. It tracks it. And then the heart rate monitor, it's like on my chest. I'm going to bring it to the game, and then I'm going to see how high my heart rate gets live at a playoff game. Hey, Silverio, welcome in. How you doing? Welcome. I hope you're enjoying your stay. Chair making us win. Hey, you know what, Mr. NHL? You're getting credit for this so far. Who do you think will win now? There's a long game to play. It is only the first period. I love his offensive style, defense, but always hate his actual defense. Anyways, why he looked like he missing? Oh, no, Justin, no. No! I disagree with that. Just need balls to the wall kind of play. Exactly, Ghost. Exactly. Exactly, Juice. Exactly. Just subscribed. Hey, I appreciate that, Pickleball. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Kings fan looking in. Hey, I appreciate that. Enjoy the rest of the game, Silverio. That's awesome. Yeah, tons of Kings fans have been tuning in. Kings fans, you have been amazing. This has been a terrific first round so far. I love the Oilers. There you go. Watching from the UK, let's go Oilers. Welcome in, Michelle. Welcome. And to my New Zealand friends who were watching in that pub in New Zealand. Hey, if you're watching at that pub, take a picture and send it to me on Twitter at ahockey1993. I want to see it. That's pretty cool. Oh, and here's a breakaway pass. Here's Fogle with a shot, and that's stopped by Pickard. It might have missed the net, or Pickard might have got a piece of it on his pad. Behind the Oilers' goal, Fogle with the puck. He plays it back to Anderson with a shot, doesn't make it through traffic. Danault to Doughty. Doughty keeps the play alive. Oilers scrambling a bit here, can't get the puck out. LA doing a good job cycling. Nice play by Henrique. He'll give it to Evander Kane. Kane against Doughty. Trying to get by him. He'll go in against Anderson. Kane with a big hit on Mikey Anderson. And here comes McDavid now. He's on the ice. Oilers will skate back. Puck sent down into their own zone. Oilers will make a change and get their top line out. Shots are 10-6 in favor of the Oilers. 7:20 to play. Oh, pass by Klingberg. Didn't make it to McDavid cleanly, but Nugent-Hopkins does a good job fighting for that puck. Oh, and Nuge throws his man down. Here comes Fiala for the Kings with a shot blocked by Wallman. Fiala down low to Byfield. Nice job by Klingberg to get the body in the way. 3 Oilers behind the net trying to come up with it. It comes around to Edmondson. Across. Here's a shot by Gavrikov. Missed the net. Zach Hyman plays it back to Klingberg. Klingberg gives it to Wallman. Wallman pressured around the boards to Zach Hyman. Hyman in the neutral zone, past his stick. He'll chase after against Edmondson. Puck does come out of the King zone. Top line for Edmonton, unable to get anything going there. Evan Bouchard will skate it back behind his own net and wait for some reinforcements. Here's Bouchard now. He plays it up the middle of the ice, deflected in by Arvidsson. Arvidsson chases after it. He'll play it around the left boards. Podkolzin keeps the play alive. Here's Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl drops it to Evan Bouchard. Bouchard walks in. Oh, and a centering pass to Arvidsson. If he had been able to read that, that's a one-timer into an open net. Here's Kempe on his backhand. Tries to put it in. Stopped by Pickard. Rebound stopped by Calvin Pickard. 2 big saves by Calvin Pickard. Here's Edmonton. Bouchard trying to get it up the ice. And that's going to be icing on the Oilers. Oh, no, never mind. Not icing there. Not icing. And LA putting some pressure on here. The Oilers. Oh, I heard something by a player there. LA shot towards the Oilers net. Doesn't make it. Kings putting on the pressure. Oilers have to be able to match this. Survive the waves of pressure from the Kings. Here comes the puck. Oilers with a potential 3-on-2. It's lobbed in deep for Matthias Janmark. Janmark on his forehand. Leaves it for Perry. Janmark battles for it against Edmondson. Back to Emberson. Here's Kulak towards the goal. Oh, deflected just wide by Trent Frederic. And the net comes off again in the Kings zone. And we're going to have another commercial break here. Oh, I know, Duster. I know. These saves are huge. And the team feels it too, right? The crowd gets into it. You get a big save. The crowd's into it. The players in front of Pickard. That rallies the team. It absolutely rallies the team. No, that was the Conn Smythe. Conn Smythe trophy. The Calder trophies for a Rookie of the Year in the NHL. My cat's trying to get himself high by walking onto my smoke clouds. Oh, no. No, your poor cat. Pickard best goalie in the NHL? Question mark. Watching from Chile. Hey, Sergio, that's amazing. Welcome from Chile. And, of course, a very warm welcome from myself here in Canada. I hope you're enjoying your stay. A high-danger save. Edmonton mainstream media told me that was illegal. Yeah, they're not allowed to do that. God, the mainstream media is sad, man, in Edmonton. There are exceptions to that, by the way. Really, Flo, really. I was in a pickleball tournament in Edmonton last fall. Enjoyed the city. I really think you have a great town. Hey, I love Edmonton, too. Edmonton's a great city. I don't live there personally. I probably would never live in a big city. I don't like the hustle and bustle of a big city. But I do like visiting. Watching from California. Yo, what's up, Nick? Sup, Austin? Good vibes so far. Great vibes. Must be a dream, says Swoosh. I know, 8 shots. But they're actually playing hockey so far. Yeah, that's true, Brody. Bring back Pro Stars cereal. What is that? It's been 10 minutes. Climb that Pickard lap. Listen, we haven't had a lot to cheer in oil country for the last few days. We're enjoying the moment. Of course, there's still a long game to go. Don't do it, Mr. NHL. That is actually super illegal. I will ban you. I will legitimately ban you. Oh, they got the Kazoos. The Kazoos are back in Edmonton. Let's go. I love the Kazoos, man. Here's the face-off. Back from commercial break. The Evander Kane line is out. Here's Emberson. Emberson. He'll give that puck to Brett Kulak. Kulak dumps it hard around the boards into the Kings zone. It's going to be chased by Henrique. Henrique looks engaged tonight. That's good to see. Doughty up the left wing. Tries to hit Fogle. Not icing. Here's Emberson. He's going to be pressured by Fogle. Emberson can't get it up the boards. Henrique, he tries to check his man. Comes out in front. Here's a shot, and that goes wide by Moore. Emberson finds a play up the right wing. Edmonton, they clear the zone for a moment, but the Kings will get it back in. Here's Emberson for the Oilers. 4:26 to play here in the first period. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got the loyal fans here. Here's McDavid. Walks in with speed. Connor McDavid. On his forehand. Plays it back to Bouchard. Puck off of his stick. Oh, nice play, though. He got one hand on that puck to prevent a break for the Kings. Here come the Kings now. Doughty walks in. Shoots. Stopped by Calvin Pickard. Connor McDavid now. He'll pick it up with speed in the neutral zone. 2-on-2 with Hyman. McDavid with a shot. That gets a leg. Goes wide. McDavid tries to play it back to the point. Puck bounces to Byfield. Byfield at center, being hooked by Nugent Hopkins. Plays it back to Evan Bouchard. Evan Bouchard reverses. Finds Nugent Hopkins. Back to Bouchard. Edmonton makes a change. Bouchard makes a call out, telling people where to go. He'll skate it up the middle now. Evan Bouchard looking for a play. Gives it to Wallman. Wallman dumps it. Right corner, Kings zone. Nobody on Edmonton there to pick it up. Kings will get the clear. Here's Edmondson. He'll play it. Oh, and there's a giveaway. Here's Draisaitl. trying to get that puck up. There would have been a 2-on-1 for Edmonton, but nice job by the Kings to pick that off. Here's Klingberg now. And there's a penalty coming up here to the Oilers. Or there's two penalties. Yo, David with the $5 super chat. There's a notice on your channel saying fans are discussing playoff game between the Oilers and Blues. Yeah, the AI doesn't make any sense, man. The AI doesn't make any sense. That's so funny. So, 2 penalties. Edmondson and Draisaitl. They're kind of whacking each other. Oh. I mean, they both got a slashing call, so it's going to be 4-on-4 here. Four on 4 for 2 minutes. Draisaitl and Edmondson both off for slashing. The refs, they're just trying to make sure things don't go crazy during the game. They're trying to police it early. I don't mind that. Here's Nurse and Kempe. They're kind of giving each other some chops. Chaps. Here's McDavid. Off the faceoff. Kopitar is going to get kicked out, though. Welcome back, Gray. Welcome back. Good to see you. They drop the puck. McDavid shoots it forward. Doughty's going to be chased back by Connor McDavid. McDavid puts pressure on Doughty, who wheels up the right side. He'll play it across to Kopitar. And then Kopitar will play it back to Mikey Anderson. Mikey Anderson for the Kings. He's going to leave that for Anze Kopitar. Kopitar, he's going to be looking for a play. Gives it across to Drew Doughty. Doughty walks into the Oilers zone. Across to the right side. Here's Kempe with a shot, and he scores. And the LA Kings, Adrian Kempe, continues to be an Oiler killer in this series, man. And it is a 2-1 game. Kempe with an absolute snipe on Calvin Pickard. Doughty, he played it across to Kempe. And I mean, Pickard's got to have that. He came out to challenge, but he's making himself look low, right? He's doing this. Kempe from distance, like, Pickard just made himself too small. He just has to stay a little bit higher up. Get that glove up by your head. If he has his glove up here, it's just going straight into the glove. I know Pickard made a couple good saves, but he's got to save that. It's a good shot by Kempe, but Pickard made himself look real small. But Pickard's at the 900 save percentage. That's what we want, right? As long as the Oilers can find some momentum, see if they can get it back before the end of the period. Here comes Nugent Hopkins for the Oilers. He enters the Kings zone. Behind the net, trying to put one hand on his stick, plays it back to John Klingberg. Klingberg waits, shoots, doesn't make it to the net. Victor Arvidsson will pick it up to Nugent Hopkins. Oilers cycling. Nugent Hopkins leaves it. Here's Wallman. Nice stutter step on Byfield. Wallman plays it back to Arvidsson or Klingberg. Here's Klingberg for the Oilers. Gives it to Arvidsson. He'll give it back to Wallman, and Edmonton will just leave the Kings zone there. Edmonton had some pressure, but the Oilers are going to try and get some fresh legs. Here comes Klingberg up the middle of the ice. John Klingberg spins, waits, holds onto it. He plays it down low. Here's Connor Brown with the puck. Spins off a check. Brown trying to center it to McDavid. Doesn't make it there. And Kulak tried to get it to McDavid, but the Kings with possession. Here comes Kempe. Once again for the Kings. Kempe shoots. Puck deflected by Kulak. Kulak up the left boards. Leaves the Oilers zone. Drew Doughty picks it up. Puck back to Doughty. Here's Doughty. He'll give that to Trevor Moore. Moore trying to get in the Oilers zone. Nice job by Nurse to get a check on the puck. And it's sent down in the Kings' end. Not icing. 5 seconds left in the 4-on-4. And Leon Draisaitl's back on the ice. 1 minute and 5 seconds to play here in the first period. Oilers with a 2-1 lead. Here's Bouchard. He'll play it up the right boards. Draisaitl can't come up with it. Here's Laferriere. Behind the Oilers net, here's Moore. Moore to the blue line. Here's a shot by Edmonton. Doesn't make it. And Henrique tried to find Draisaitl. Puck's bouncing way too much. Here comes Foegele with a shot. That's stopped by Pickard off of his mask. And Bouchard being tied up. No call. Draisaitl hangs onto it for a moment. Gives it to Evander Kane. Here comes Evander Kane trying to get through. He gets through for a moment with a shot, and the rebound comes out in front. Henrique can't come up with it. Draisaitl on the forecheck. His stick is being held. No call. Warren Foegele for the Kings. Up the middle to Anderson. Mikey Anderson. Through the middle. Nice job by Bouchard. Good kick up. And here's Wallman. He's going to find Trent Frederic. Frederic with a shot, and that goes wide. Puck to the half wall. Kings will send it down the ice. That's going to be icing with 6.5 seconds to go here in the period. We'll see, Couscous. Did McDavid get a piece of that puck? I don't think so. They're saying McDavid might have got a piece of that Kempe shot. I think Kempe just shot it straight in. 6.6 seconds left. Face off at center. Harry Potter powers are all good. Maybe a few more goals. Yeah, I don't have the Harry Potter powers, that's for sure. And the linesman fell off the face-off, and that'll end the first period. And honestly, pretty good period from Edmonton overall. Cannot complain. They have the lead. I would say the LA Kings did a really good job applying pressure after the Oilers made it 2-0. It was basically all Kings after the 2-0 goal for Edmonton. All right, we're going to take a look at some of the stats here. And then I'm going to open some hockey cards. We got some Tim Hortons retrospective rookies. I don't even know what is in these packs. But, yeah, the Habs absolutely murdered Washington today. And Carolina and New Jersey, they are tied 2-2. They are tied 2-2. The Kings, the Devils had a 2-0 lead in the third period, but Carolina's come back to tie it. That game is going to overtime. I agree. All in agreement. McDavid lost his man on the Kempe goal. Yeah, sure. We can agree with that. I do think Pickard probably should get a save, though. But, again, it's just a nice shot at the same time. I just think Pickard made himself look too small. All right, let's take a look at the Edge Visualizer. We'll break down the Oilers' goals. Very early in this game, Nugent Hopkins made it 1-0 for Edmonton. Oh, Hyman was lucky to stay on side there. But the puck came down low. Connor McDavid, he leaves it for Hyman. And then Hyman, he centers it to Nugent Hopkins, and he just puts it over Kemper's blocker to make it 1-0 Edmonton. Great play there by McDavid, Hyman, and Nuge. And then Evan Bouchard on the power play. Leon Draisaitl won it. Corey Perry backs into Darcy Kuemper, kind of at the top of the crease. But the puck comes to Bouchard, and Bouchard just absolutely wires one by Kuemper. That made it 2-0 Edmonton halfway through, or less than halfway through the first period. And then after that, the Kings, they started getting their looks. And during the 4-on-4, Kempe, he's getting himself loose here by Nurse. Bouchard's playing, he's playing, that's a tough one. Like McDavid and Bouchard, they have to communicate just a little bit more. Bouchard probably shouldn't be way up here. But Darnell Nurse, he's doing the right play here. He's taking that backdoor play away. So you want Calvin Pickard to challenge the shooter, which he did. He just made it, he made himself too small, and McDavid, he wasn't able to cut off that angle in time, and just sniped it by Calvin Pickard's glove. So 2-1 game after the first. And then we'll take a look at the advanced stats. We'll take a look at the money puck. The Kings have a slight edge in the deserve to win-o-meter. John Gibson ready to move up north. So the expected goals in all situations, 1.1 to 0.94 in favor of the Kings. So Edmonton, when they made it 2-0, look at the Kings. They get a good chance, two good chances, and then they finally score. You can see where LA started pressing, and that was the second half of the first period. The Oilers all season have been great at 4-on-4, so it's a rare goal given up during the 4-on-4. I agree, Nick. I agree. We scroll down. Expected goals in all situations. Emberson, Kulak lead the way. Connor Brown, Evander Kane, Wallman, Klingberg, Henrique, they are all at the bottom, but it's a one-period sample size. I am not too worried about it. Kemper's at -1, goals saved above expected. Calvin Pickard, he is actually above expected right now. 0.14 above expected. Time on ice. Corey Perry only played 259. Not a lot of ice time there. There was a lot of special teams, kind of. You had a power play. You had a 4-on-4. Nurse led the way with 801. The Oilers win the cup. I need to give to 100. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I can't promise anything like that. That's crazy. I agree. Adam Henrique just doesn't have it. He's just aged, right? Father Time is not always calm or kind to everybody. Yeah, I agree, Loomis. How about an unconfident no? All right, here's our first pack of these Tim Hortons cards. We got Leon Draisaitl. Okay. We like that, Leon. We got Lucas Raymond. And we got Leon and McDavid here. Look at that. In the same pack. The dynamic duo from Tim Hortons. Let's go. Love to see that. Love that. That's a good sign. That's good luck, right? That's good luck. That's good vibes. All right, opening up another pack. See what we get. Like I said, I don't know what's in these Tim Hortons packs. So, you have Grace Zumwinkle. There you go. Grace Zumwinkle for the Minnesota Frost. You got William Karlsson. William Karlsson with the Ducks. Is that when he was a rookie? What the heck is that? And then Clayton Keller for the Utah Hockey Club. Another pack. I have a decent amount of packs, so I'll open a couple more. And then I am going to take a 5-minute breather just to kind of rest my voice, and then I will be back before the start of the second period. Really, Zach? Is that true? Imagine I get all Kings players. Well, it wouldn't be the first time I get Kings players. All right, you got Dylan Strome. When he was a rookie, he was in Arizona. Now he's on the Capitals. He took out his goaltender today against Montreal. Alexis Lafreniere, not on the Rangers anymore. And then Emma Maltese, who plays for the Toronto Scepters. I like that they included PWHL players in here. That's pretty neat. Hey, that's cool, Mr. NHL. I don't mind Klingberg's play. I think he's been better than expected. We'll do 2 more packs here. And then 5-minute breather. I will let everyone just watch the chair. I know how much some of you love chair over me, so maybe one day I'll just let chair take over the stream. Oh, yeah, it was Kako. My bad. For some reason, I thought Lafreniere got traded too, but I am wrong. Here's Nazem Kadri, rookie with Toronto. Now he's with Calgary. Elias Pettersson strides. Pettersson with a tough year in Vancouver. The Canucks with a tough year. Didn't make the playoffs. And then you got Mason McTavish for the Ducks as well. 1 more pack, folks. And then I have, how many more? 1, 2. Yeah, I have 5 more packs to open in the second intermission. Yeah, it's 3 cards per pack for these like Tim Hortons ones. They're small little packs. Chair's the most underrated YouTuber. Good juju compared to the last packs. That's an understatement. Chair stream. Everyone loves the chair. All right, last pack here. Before I take my 5-minute break. Here's Jamie Benn. He's been with Dallas his entire career. Look how young he looked in Dallas. Look at that old Dallas logo. I hated those jerseys for the Stars. They were terrible. Then you got Alex DeBrincat when he was a rookie with Chicago. Now he's with Detroit. And Taylor Heisey. There you go from the Minnesota Frost. Good old Taylor Heisey. Last year for Minnesota, had 13 points in 19 games, plus 5 rating, 8 penalty minutes. All right, folks, be kind to Chair. I'm taking my 5-minute breather. Enjoy Chair, all right? Enjoy the Chair. I will be back in a few minutes. So give me a second here. I have to get my stream set back up properly. There we go. Back to here. Perfect. Chair my goat. Yeah, get out. Don't worry, I'm leaving. I can't believe you guys like this chair. It is so busted, man. Look how, like, worn out it is. I need a new one, man. I need a new chair. All right, folks. How did Chair do? How did Chair do? Will I root for the Kings the rest of the playoffs if the Oilers lose in the first round? I will not be rooting for anyone, but I will still do content. I will do nightly recaps of the games. I will still do live streams. But I hope Chair did well. Chair took care of us. Good. Good. And I hope you were nice to Chair. I'll be asking Chair later if you guys were mean to him. Get off, Chair. Chair's back is tired. Hi, kitty. Oh, we got a kitty tail. Chair better than Stuart Skinner. Oh, no. Rip Stu. Exactly. Yep. You know it. No memberships today. None today. Obviously, if the Oilers win today, they will guarantee a Game 5, so I will give out memberships for Game 5. All right, Zayden, I'm giving you a 60-second timeout. We are a no politics zone. I know you're joking. That's why you only get a 60-second timeout. I got peak viewership with the Chair. Yeah, probably. Yeah, as soon as I sit down, viewership just starts tanking. Everyone's like, "Oh, who's that guy? I don't want to watch that guy." Look at Chair in the chat. Chair, how are you doing that? What an amazing performance by the Chair. Exactly, Andrew. Yeah, tough but fair. Hey, I appreciate that, Nicholas. I wouldn't do what I do without all of your support. Everyone that tunes in, all the subscribers. Like, we're already almost at 5,200 subscribers. You know how unbelievable that is? That is just wild, man. Just wild. Who's Henrique's replacement? Literally anyone. Chair. Chair can go in for Henrique. Going for 6,000. Absolutely. I will still have to do something for the 5,000 subscriber milestone. I will do some form of giveaway. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet. What would your top 5 signings for Edmonton be? I haven't even taken a look at, like, pending free agents. I'll have to answer that one later. I don't rip cards, unfortunately. No, I'm not doing that to the Kings cards. I appreciate it, Ash. Give us your Game 4 ticket. What? Hey, listen, the YouTube revenue that I've made from people who tune in bought me that ticket. I can't give it away. Yo, Brody, thank you for the sub. J-Cup as well, thank you. I'm a goalie. I need Draisaitl to score for your parlay. Well, let's hope he gets one. Would I sign Sorokin if I had the choice? Yes. Yes, I would. I agree, Breaking Brad. They just have to clean up a little bit. When the Oilers made it 2-0, I found the Kings started to take over the game. Jay's World, you got the script? What's up, Kate? All right. So the play is back. Second period has begun. I'm hiding chat until the next whistle. Big hit thrown on Nurse. Oh, it's centered in front to Danault. And Danault can't get a shot off. Connor Brown trying to skate it up. He'll throw it back to Brett Kulak. Kulak regroups for Edmonton. Skates it up the middle of the ice. Kulak deep into the Kings zone. Around the boards. Connor Brown will cut that off. Finds Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking to make a play. Draisaitl spins off a check by Danault. Draisaitl using his body. Powers through behind the Kings net. He centers it to Brett Kulak. Kulak, slap shot. Oh, man, that deflects just wide. Evander Kane got a piece of that one, and it goes just wide. Great chance by Kane and Kulak there. Here comes Podkolzin. He's going to walk into the Kings zone. Tries to center it in front. Here's Arvidsson, one-timer, and that goes wide off of his skate. Draisaitl Plays it back to Arvidsson. Oilers buzzing here early. Arvidsson spins off a check to Draisaitl. Trying to put it in deep. He does. Hi, Kitty. How you doing? I don't think Kitty likes my commentary. Here's Edmonton. Oh, here's a shot by Wallman, and that's blocked by Moore. The LA Kings getting in shooting lanes here. Here's Arvidsson. He'll give that to Nugent Hopkins. Back to Arvidsson. He'll play it across to the blue line. It's going to be kept in by Nurse. Oilers continue to keep the cycle alive. Puck into the middle. Oh, and Hyman ran into Kempe there. I think it was coincidental contact. Kuzmenko trying to get the puck up. He can't get it through the Oilers zone. Bouchard will skate it into the Kings zone. Here comes Evan Bouchard. Left circle. He hits the crossbar. Evan Bouchard hits the bar. Here's Nugent Hopkins to Bouchard. Tries to play it across to Hyman. Hyman towards the goal. Oh, it deflects in front. And Kemper has to make a reactionary save. And the puck is sent back to the neutral zone. Here's Nurse. He's looking to make a play. He'll skate it up through the neutral zone. Here comes Darnell Nurse. Walks it in all the way around. And Frederic, he plays it forward. Hyman on the forecheck, trying to come up with it. Kings will just get that out. Play cut off in the neutral zone by the Kings, by Fiala. Here's Trent Frederic for the Oilers. He'll wind it up with some speed. Frederic flips it, right corner. Skates after it. Here comes Janmark, trying to throw a hit. Brett Kulak keeps the play alive momentarily. Still keeps the play alive. Puck into the middle of the ice. And here come the Kings. Here's Fiala with Byfield. Fiala in the Oilers zone. Reverses. Nobody home for the Kings. That'll head all the way back into their own zone. Here's Jordan Spence for LA. Up the left boards. Dumped in deep. Pickard out of his net. Oh, bounces over his stick. Comes to Kulak. He'll leave that for Perry. Tries to get it up to Evander Kane over his stick, and the Kings will just shoot it all the way back in the Oilers zone. Corey Perry's just standing still, but he comes up with it. Oh, and Perry's hit hard from behind. How is that not a board? That is clearly boarding. What the hell was that? Here's a shot towards Pickard, and he makes the save. That looked like boarding to me. I don't know. Leon Draisaitl got called for one of those. Or Evander Kane. I don't know who it was in game 2. One of the Kings had turned away from the hit, and he was called for that. And here's, Evander Kane with speed. Tries to center it in front. Jake Wallman, he's on the forecheck. Oh, and now Evander Kane's going to get a penalty. They're going to call a trip. They're going to call a trip on Evander Kane. A stupid penalty to take if you're Evander Kane. No reason for that. But the fact, and Denote's throwing a cross-check too. The fact that there was no penalty call on the boarding or the board of Corey Perry. Jeez Louise, I don't get it. So Kempe collided with Hyman. Hyman was trying to make a play on the puck. There was no call, no interference on Kempe. And they're giving a penalty to Evander Kane for tripping, which, it was a penalty. Yeah, and that's a board. That's boarding on Perry. Yeah, and then Evander Kane, he kicks the leg out from, that's a penalty on Evander Kane. And then Gavrikov gets into it. Oh, and then Danault cross-check. No penalty there. What the heck, man? No, Oilers are not getting the calls. Oh, a centering pass to Kuzmenko. He had a wide open net. Puck went off of his skate. And the Oilers will clear it momentarily. Play across the ice. Here come the Kings. Here's Fiala on the power play to Byfield. Tries to center it to Fiala. Fiala, he's pressured by Henrique. Henrique can't come up with it. Kopitar. The Kings are 50% on the power play in this series. Kopitar. The Kings looking to get pressure. Kopitar holds on to it. He centers to Byfield. Off of his stick, comes across. Here's Fiala with a shot, and that's stopped by Calvin Pickard. Good save by Pickard. Good save by Pickard. I agree. That inconsistent officiating, man. You either let them play or you don't. But Evander Kane's got to get in, he's got to control his emotions here. This is 2 games in a row. Evander Kane has taken a dumb penalty. He can't keep doing that. Put Chair in net. Yeah, Kitty's kind of running around. Hi, Kitty. Hi, bud. He wants to play. Unfortunately, I'm streaming. I'm sorry, Kitty. Edmonton, they'll send that puck all the way down in the Kings zone. On the clear, 1:16 left in the power play for the Kings. And I did change the period. It is the second period. LA walks it in. Here's Kempe, right circle. He'll play it to the point. Here's Fiala. Tries to get it back to Kempe. Darnell Nurse. Hard rim around. That's kept in by Fiala. Great play by Fiala. Byfield's pressured. Edmonton trying to come up with it. Nice job by the Oilers, Janmark. Darnell Nurse trying to play it behind to his partner. The Kings, this is just a battle along the boards for the puck. The Kings keep it alive. Here's Kopitar to Kempe. Kempe, he'll play it back to Fiala. Fiala down low. Here's Kuzmenko. Back to Kopitar. Bottom of the left circle. Kopitar tries to center. Wallman comes up with it. Wallman sends it up the middle. Kings keep it in. Uh-oh. And Edmonton still can't get it out. 23 seconds left on the power play. And the puck does come out. The Kings accidentally cleared themselves, but they still have the fresher legs. Oilers can't get a change. Here's Fiala with a shot, and he scores. Kevin Fiala has tied the game on the power play. Another shot that he probably should have saved. And Evander Kane gift wrapping goals for the LA Kings. And the Oilers penalty kill just can't kill it. I don't understand why they can't make a kill. This puck comes in, and yeah, Calvin Pickard, high glove again. High glove again. He has all the time and space in the world. Pickard doesn't come up with it. He makes himself small. All he has to do is just keep his glove up. Just keep your glove up, Picks. What are you doing? Crazy, man. I don't know, man. Oilers got some work to do. Here's Kulak for the Oilers. Edmonton trying to find a way to get that back. Connor McDavid's out for Edmonton with Draisaitl. Here's McDavid. Centers it. Comes to Draisaitl. Can't get it on net. He's pressured by Philip Deneau. Here's Evan Bouchard. Kept alive towards the Kings net. Here's Draisaitl with the puck. Oh, and that shot is deflected wide. McDavid to Hyman. Can't get the one-time off. Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid, he'll walk it in. Left circle. Centers it in front off of Kemper's pad. And the Kings will have a 3-on-2. Here come the Kings now. Here's Moore with a shot. That goes wide. Deneau, he'll come up with it. Here's Fogle with a shot. And that goes off the outside of the net. Here's Draisaitl for Edmonton. He's challenged by 3 Kings. Can't get the puck hard around the boards. Trent Frederic, good hit. Edmonton trying to bring it to the front of the net. Draisaitl keeps the puck alive. Darnell Nurse throws the puck deep into the Kings zone. Puck comes around the boards. LA, they're going to skate up with the clear here. Here's Frederic. He gets the puck out. The Kings send it back in. Here's Ty Emberson for the Oilers. He'll skate it in front of his net. He'll give it to Trent Frederic. Here's Frederic. Dumps it in deep into the Kings zone. Arvidsson comes up with it. Here's Arvidsson. Down low to Frederic. Leaves it for Podkolzin. Podkolzin to the blue line. Here's Wallman with a shot, and that goes wide. And the Kings, they're going to get that puck out. And it's a one-on-one here. Here's Fiala. He spins away. Comes into the middle of the ice. Nice job by Klingberg. Good back check. He cuts off that pass that would have found a King all alone in front. Edmonton trying to get some pressure on. Oilers changing. Kings have a chance to take advantage. Here's Kempe across the ice to Kopitar with a shot. And that deflects off his stick high and out of play. And we're going to have a commercial break here. Harmonica power. Yep. Kane in game 2 took a bad penalty. Kings took advantage of the power play, and then again tonight. But you need a save, and you need your penalty kill to just stop. Stop the power play. What are we doing? Hey, Aqua, good to see you again. It has been a minute. How you doing? Yep, I agree. There should have been a penalty on the Kings before Kane took his penalty, but Kane's got to stay out of the box. We want the Hurricane Milton cam. Oh, my God. How's the game going? Not bad. It's a 2-2 game in the second period. Oilers had a 2-0 lead. The Kings have stormed back. They've tied it up. Power play goal, 4-on-4 goal for the Kings. We'll see, Dacky. We'll see. I mean, the lead's gone now. It's a tie game. I don't think it did. I think both goals were just straight through. But even if they were deflected, Calvin Pickard is still making himself too small in the crease, and he doesn't have his glove up. He's dropping his glove right here. He's dropping it to his side, and that is giving the entire shoulder to shoot at. And the Kings, they know they're going to be targeting that shoulder the whole time. I'll consider it good because they're not trailing yet. Look at Mama Stanley. We love Mama Stanley. Mama Stanley with the good luck. Oh, I agree, Ghost. I agree. Lots of hockey to play here. Lots of hockey to play. 12:08 to play in the second. Shots are 15-13 in favor of Edmonton. Here's a flip to the neutral zone. Nugent Hopkins can't come up with it. Trying to find McDavid with speed, but Kopitar off of his skate. Nice job by Bouchard. He'll play it to Hyman. Hyman, he'll skate it into the King zone. Hyman walks in on his backhand, trying to center it. Puck around off the glass, kept in by Bouchard. McDavid supports at the blue line. McDavid down low. Nugent Hopkins can't come up with it. Here's Zach Hyman now. Edmondson loses his stick, but he still makes the play up to Kempe. And LA will shoot that down the ice behind Bouchard, and that's going to be icing on the Kings. I agree. Kane's got to stay out of the box. I mean, maybe it deflected. Oh, Stu's not smiling tonight. Here's the face-off won by Edmonton. Connor McDavid. He'll reverse at the blue line. He'll play it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking to make a play towards the net. Deflects in front. Corey Perry can't get it to the goal. Perry with the puck across. He'll give it to Draisaitl. Oilers cycling. Down low. Here's McDavid. Connor McDavid drops it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl on his backhand. Reverses on his forehand. He'll play it back to Klingberg. Klingberg to McDavid. Stutter steps. McDavid walks in. Can't put it in front. Behind the Kings net. McDavid to Klingberg with a shot, and that goes wide. It's in the crease area. It's loose in front. Oh, here's Draisaitl. What a save by Darcy Kemper. Wow. That is an unbelievable save. McDavid again with the puck, trying to center it, and it comes and deflects. Draisaitl keeps it in. McDavid with the puck, drops it to Corey Perry. One-timer. What a save by Wallman. Corey Perry with the rebound. He can't get it to the net. And Darcy Kemper making huge saves. Massive. The Oilers buzzing. Cannot beat Kemper. Here's Matthias Janmark. He'll drop it back. Can't find Connor Brown. Warren Foegele with speed. The Kings through the neutral zone on transition. Here's Moore to Foegele. Back to Moore. Going to be picked up by Janmark. Edmonton trying to get it out. They do. 10 minutes to play in the second. Puck wristed to Emberson. Emberson on his backhand to Evander Kane. Oh, and Kane with a lazy giveaway to Foegele towards Pickard, and he hangs on to that. Did not like that play by Evander Kane. Thank you, Kurt. But Darcy Kemper, man, big saves. No way. I can't believe the Oilers didn't score here. That's unbelievable. What a save by Kemper. He just dives. And then Wallman had a huge one-timer. And again, Kemper just in position. Did I not see the super chat? Oh, let's see. $6.99 super chat. I didn't see that until just now. Thank you. $6.99 super chat from, I'm sorry if I mispronounced this. DH. You know what? I'll just say DH. Please bring us Mochi. This is dedicated to Kevin P. Rest in peace, brother. Let's go grab Mochi for you. I'll go get Mochi. She's not going to be happy, but I'll go get her for you. Say hi, Mochi. Say hi to everybody. Hi, Moch. We got Mochi here for you. This is Mochi. Thank you, Mochi. All right. DH. I brought Mochi in. Also, Kevin P as well. Rest in peace. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. B people. I didn't see the B people. All right. Defensive zone draw for the Oilers. Shots are 18-13 in favor of Edmonton. Oilers win the faceoff, but the Kings, they're trying to come up with the puck. Here's a shot towards Pickard, and that's a big save by Pickard's pad. Here's Draisaitl trying to get that puck up. Here's Arvidsson. He loses it. And Laferriere, he's going to move the puck up. Here's Byfield. Backhands it as Pickard comes out of his net to play it. He'll give it to Kulak. Kulak to Podkolzin. Back to Kulak. Oilers being pressured by the Kings forecheck. Oilers trying to get the puck in deep into the Kings zone. Draisaitl will go for a change. Podkolzin throws a hit. Here's Doughty for LA. Can't get the puck out, but Byfield supports. He'll pick it up, and he'll flip it down. Here's Darnell Nurse for Edmonton. With speed. Drops it back. Here's Jake Wallman for the Oilers, who had a 2-0 lead, and the Kings have come back to tie this thing 2-2. Both teams have scored a power play goal. Here come the Kings now. Here's Trevor Moore. He spins away from a check, trying to center it, and McDavid plays it around the boards. Moore cuts it off. McDavid behind his own net. Can't come up with it. Deneau checks him. Here's Moore. Loses it. And here comes Nugent Hopkins with McDavid and Hyman. Connor McDavid dumps it in deep. Fogle steps in the way of Nugent Hopkins. Puck along the half wall. McDavid can't come up with it. The Kings moving it up. But here's Connor now with some speed. Bobbles it. Gets it in the Kings zone, but Edmonton's going to have to change here. Here's Klingberg with the puck. John Klingberg will skate this up. He'll give it to Brett Kulak. Kulak shoots that puck deep into the Kings zone. Here's Edmondson. He'll put it around the half wall. Kulak's going to come up to it against Kopitar, but the Kings are going to get their clear. And here's Kuzmenko with Kempe. Kempe down low. Here's Janmark. He'll play it across. Picked off. Here's a shot by Kopitar and stopped by Calvin Pickard. Good save by Pickard there. Big save by Pickard. David with the $5 super chat. For $15 million a season, we could have 2 great players or 3 good players. This is working. We need depth. I hate saying it, but in my opinion, one of them has to go. I don't know. Possibly. I don't disagree, but I don't agree. And DH with another super chat, 279. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. I don't even. I appreciate it. Defensive zone draw. Draisaitl's going to take this. Draisaitl wins it. Bouchard plays it. Here's Draisaitl. He's being checked by Byfield. LA comes up with it. Here's a shot. Calvin Pickard with another stop. Evan Bouchard loses it. Comes to Draisaitl. He'll play it to Bouchard. Oilers skate it up. 2-on-2. Bouchard drops it. Shot by Perry. Goes high and wide. Evander Kane down low. Corey Perry trying to forecheck. Can't come up with it. Puck into the middle. LA, they'll reverse it. Evander Kane on the forecheck. He'll throw a hit. Here's a play into the neutral zone. Corey Perry across the ice. Draisaitl can't come up with it, and he'll change. LA, they'll move it up. Here's Laferriere. Overskates the puck, and that's going to be offside, and Darnell Nurse knocks him over, and the crowd likes that one. Oh, and the Kings are coming in. They didn't like that. And Evander Kane getting involved now. Kane's got to stay away. I agree, Brody. That's all he has to be. Oilers girl, Kate. That's just a good hit by Nurse. No, I didn't. Nope. I ain't shotgunning nothing. I said I'd think about it, right? I thought I said I'd think about it. Exactly, Ghost. They're trying to get Edmonton to take a penalty is what they're doing. What's up, Krista? They should have Jeff Skinner in over a few players. Here's McDavid out with Hyman and Nugent Hopkins. McDavid wins the faceoff. 7 minutes left here in the second period. Puck comes in the neutral zone. McDavid plays it back to Klingberg. Here's Klingberg. He'll skate it through the middle of the ice. Across to Connor McDavid. Flips it deep into the King's zone. He'll chase after it against Doughty. Doughty checked. McDavid tries to center it. Here's Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins checked. McDavid can't come up with it, and the Kings, they'll get the clear. McDavid on the back check against Fogle. Fogle dumps it in. Oh, and Wallman's going to get called for interference. And we have another penalty against Edmonton. Wallman with another bad penalty. Wallman's been taking bad penalties, man. Wallman's been taking bad penalties. I mean, yeah, it is. What is Wallman complaining about? That's interference, bro. Go to the box. I think they asked what my price would be to shotgun a beer. And I'm pretty sure I said like $500 or something. LA wins the faceoff. Here's Kempe across to Fiala. Oilers desperately need a kill here. Fiala down low. Here's Fiala. Puck in the ref skates. Fiala trying to come up with it. It comes through the middle of the ice, and Nugent Hopkins is going to chase after it against Kempe. Nugent Hopkins wins the battle. He'll center it. Here's Henrique. Walks in. Henrique shoots. And what a save by Kemper. Wow. And there's a goalie that can make saves, man. A goalie that can make saves. Henrique had a great opportunity. Here come the Kings. Kuzmenko gives it to Byfield. Puck comes to Janmark. Janmark, he'll clear the zone. Good job by Janmark. Puck comes to Kempe. Kings dump it in deep. Byfield chases after it against Nurse. Nurse reverses to Bouchard. Bouchard up the right boards. Puck bounces. And here's Connor Brown with some speed. Here's Connor Brown. Walks in. Stopped by Kemper. Connor Brown on a partial breakaway. Stopped by Kemper. Jeez Louise. Connor Brown with a glorious opportunity. Edmonton trying their best to get a shorthanded goal, and Kemper is not letting them. Here's Kulak trying to get the puck out of the zone, and he'll shoot it down now. Here's Doughty for the Kings. He'll skate it up. Drew Doughty walks into the Oilers zone. Drew Doughty to Moore. Crowd wanted a call. Might have been a pick play at the blue line. Here's Doughty with a shot, and he scores! Drew Doughty makes it 3-2 for the Kings, and another power play goal for LA. They can't get a save. They can't score shorthanded. The penalty kill is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Brown had a great chance. Puck came, and Pickard was complaining about something. I don't know what Pickard was complaining about. Doughty with the shot. No. Not a penalty. That's not goal interference. Oh, you're right, Mr. NHL. You're right. It's almost like goaltending has been the problem in Edmonton all year long, and everyone's been saying it. Here comes McDavid with speed. In the Kings zone, 4:30 to play in the second period here. Hyman can't come up with it. Here's Warren Foegele. The Kings with their first lead of the game. Here's Foegele on the forecheck. He's hit off the puck. It's centered in front. Leon Draisaitl plays it out in front. And here comes Leon. It's a 3-on-4 for the Oilers. Here's Hyman behind the Kings net. Reverses. Can't make a pass. Puck to the half wall. Kept alive by Nurse. Draisaitl on his backhand. Leon Draisaitl trying to draw a call, maybe. He protects the puck. Draisaitl down low to McDavid. Here's McDavid. He's going to try and get it out in front. Centers it. Here's Kulak in front, and Hyman can't get a stick on it. Draisaitl against Byfield. Byfield gets it out. Oh, and here's a big hit thrown, but here comes the Kings in front. Oh, and Malott didn't get a shot off. He had a wide open net there. I don't know how that didn't go in. Don't know how that didn't go in. Here are the Kings. Gavrikov brings it in. As LA on the forecheck now. Looking for a kill shot here. Here's Gavrikov. Centered in front. That goes wide. Here's Kuzmenko. Oilers tired. They have Draisaitl and McDavid on an extended shift. Oh, and Calvin Pickard's bumped by Kempe, and there's no call. Ref decides he's not calling goalie interference. Leon Draisaitl will come up with it. Here's Draisaitl to Connor McDavid. McDavid's just going to backhand it deep into the Kings zone towards Kemper. Frederic almost comes up with it. And now we have the ref you suck chance from the crowd. I don't know about that. Here's Connor Brown. He gives it to Evander Kane. Adam Henrique. He'll center it to Evander Kane. Kane in front. Oh, and here's Connor Brown. Scores! Connor Brown from, well, not downtown, but it's a 3-3 game. The puck don't lie. If the refs don't want to call penalties, that puck's going to go in for Edmonton, and it's a tie game. Huge goal for the Oilers. They tie it right back up. I'll get to the super chat. I promise. Nice job by Henrique. He sends it behind the net to Kane. Kane centers it. Great tip by Connor Brown. Great play. Here's Kane. Nice job. And Brown with just a terrific tip in front. Great job. Tie game here. Here comes Moore. Moore walks in, and wow. Moore scores right after. 7 seconds later. Oh, my God. Calvin Pickard sucks. The goaltending sucks. This is so bad. What is wrong with the goaltending? Jesus Christ, man. One hand on his stick. Calvin Pickard, he has one hand on his stick. Just poke him. Just poke him. What are we doing here? Jesus Christ, man. How the fuck can this team keep doing this? Look at McDavid. This is so annoying. Hey, listen, guys. Stan Bowman was happy with the goaltending, though. Stan Bowman liked the goaltending. We don't need a goalie in Edmonton. Yeah, Rodrigue time, exactly. Jesus Christ. The goaltending is pathetic. Pathetic in oil country. Here's Podkolzin. He'll walk it in, tries to shoot it, blocked in front. Podkolzin throws a hit. Kulak trying to come up with it. Welcome to my Mount Onsen. And the puck goes out of play. I think we're going to have a commercial break. There hasn't been one in a while. Nah, Leafs fans, you got Stolars this year. You don't know how we feel this year, but probably years past you know how we feel. Brutal, man. The Oilers just can't get a save. It doesn't matter who they put in net. It does not matter. And Calvin Pickard, I said, 900 save percentage is all we need. And we can't even get that. Brutal. David with the $5 super chat. If this wasn't just a sum, it's been an entire season of this. It will take too long to build off the draft, low-level trades. We need a goalie now. We needed a goalie 2 years ago is what we needed. I agree, Duster. It's crazy, man. Yeah, Wallman's having a tough playoffs. Tough playoffs for Wallman. We need Mike Smith. Well, the Oilers have had good chances, but Kemper makes saves. That's the difference. Kemper makes saves. We do not. We do not get saves ever by our goalies. David with the $2 super chat. Bring out the Zamboni driver. Yeah, exactly, right? Every mistake, Ryan, every single mistake ends up in the back of the net. Every single mistake. Trade you a pack of cards for your ticket? No, absolutely not. We should just pull the goalie, right? New Jersey won in double overtime. Congrats to the Devils. Here's McDavid. Oilers trying to tie this back up. Trying to center it. Back to McDavid now. Half wall. Down low. Philip Deneau's going to cut it off, but McDavid will pick up the puck. Here's Draisaitl. Across to Kulak. Here's Draisaitl towards the net, and that's blocked in front by Deneau. And the Kings, they get into the shooting lane. The Kings get into shooting lanes, and the Oilers don't. Oh, man. Klingberg tries to skate through a few different players. McDavid will pick it up here. We'll let you borrow Riddick. I don't think Riddick is going to help Edmonton that much. And Rodrigue isn't the answer. Absolutely not. Oilers trying to keep the play alive here. Can they tie it up before the end of the second? Or are the Kings maybe going to get one before the end of the second? Doughty dumps it in deep. It's so frustrating, man, that this team just can't get a single save. Not one save this year. Doesn't matter who they play. They can't get a single save. Oh, and Hyman's knocked down, and there's no call. Hyman knocked down away from the puck, and there's no call. The refs just watch it. Here's Fiala walks in with a shot, and Calvin Pickard with a save. And then he takes a stick, maybe to the face. Oh, and here's Hyman. He's complaining to the refs now, too. Yo, Duster with the $13.99. This is for a jumbo hot dog at the game Sunday. Hey, I will take a picture of the hot dog that I buy at the game on Sunday. And just to let you know that I spent that money on the hot dog for you. I guess we're the exception. Yep. That's a high stick. I mean, Edmonton was falling, though. I don't think that was actually intentional. I mean, it is a high stick, though. It's still a high stick. I don't know how you don't call it. All right, defensive zone draw for the Oilers. Byfield against Nuge. Puck in front. Trent Frederic can't come up with it. He's fighting for it. Here's Fiala with a shot stopped by Pickard. Look at that. Pickard can make a stop. He can make a save. Here's a shot. Oh, man. LaFerriere off the mask of Pickard. And Trent Frederic will try and skate it out of the Oilers' zone. Frederic's hit hard into the boards. And the LA Kings will send it deep into the Oilers' end here. Here's Evander Kane. Can't come up with it. Kane going to throw a hit. Connor Brown keeps the puck alive. Kopitar pressured. Here's Kane now. Can't make a play to the point. It's going to be kept in initially by Bouchard. Here's Bouchard. Trying to get a shot. Trying to send it to the net. And that's not going to make it. A late shot by Edmonton will not count. And it is a 4-3 LA Kings lead. The Oilers continue to not get a single save from their goaltenders. My goodness gracious. It is just so sad to watch at this point. It's not on McDavid, man. McDavid's not the guy that deserves to ask for less. McDavid deserves whatever he wants. It's the contracts to Adam Henrique, Matthias Janmark, Corey Perry, even though he scored 19 goals this year. Darnell Nurse's contract is a hindrance to the team. It's just death by 1,000 cuts here. Nugent Hopkins isn't producing enough. Zach Hyman isn't producing enough in this series, but at the end of the day, it comes down to goaltending, and goaltending is the difference in this series right now. Yes, the Oilers, they give up their chances. They do, but you need a save. How does every chance end up in the back of the net? And this is Jake Wallman's first ever playoffs, and he is having a tough go, man. He does not look comfortable at all. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to reset that. 4-3. The Oilers, I think, had 23 shots. Get that back up. And we'll set it to the third period. Alrighty, let's take a look at the let's take a look at some of these goals. McDavid goes to the Leafs. I mean, what cap space do the Leafs have? Nope. That's Jeff Jackson, my friends. But Bowman had a chance to upgrade the goaltending as general manager, and he didn't. And Bowman was the GM when Holloway signed that offer sheet. Something like that. Yeah, it would be their 5th consecutive loss. Stupid Mick Oilers. Wait, what are we at for live viewer? 339. So when the Oilers had that 2-0 lead, we were at like 150 viewers. LA explodes for offense because the Oilers' goaltending continues to be putrid, and that's when everyone shows up to watch. So, by the way, if you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Austin. I'm losing my marbles at Edmonton's goaltending. The Kings just don't go away. They find ways to score. Darcy Kemper finds ways to save the puck. Edmonton's penalty kill is atrocious. And we'll see if they can find a way to come back in the third, but it's not looking good. What do you mean McDavid's not doing? What are you talking about? Connor McDavid leads this series in points, does he not? He's the only one that is actually doing anything consistently every shift. He won the Conn Smythe last year. Connor McDavid is far from the problem. Anyone that thinks McDavid's the problem, I don't know if you're trolling, so I'm only going to give you this one interaction about that. I came to say hi. Remember you, Austin, from some games in regular season. Hey, Andrew, good to see you again. Yeah, no, I totally recognize you. What's up? Why do we keep taking terrible penalties? That's a great question, too. The Oilers' penalty kill is atrocious. This is the worst penalty kill I've ever seen in my life. And they keep finding ways to take dumb penalties. Dumb penalties. So that goal came literally 9 seconds after Connor Brown tied it. How does that even happen? How does the team not find a way to rally around that tying goal? Crazy, man. Crazy. We take a look at the time on ice for defensemen. Emerson's only at 823. Klingberg's at 1237. Calvin Pickard with the 800 save percentage, just as bad as Stuart Skinner. Let's go to the money puck. Go to the money puck. I know, it's one hand on the stick. I don't know how Calvin Pickard doesn't just throw a poke check. Flying poke check, man. So the Kings are owning in expected goals, 2.65 to 1.76. If we change it to 5-on-5, it is closer, but the Kings still do have a slight edge in the expected goals. If we take a look at Edmonton, Trent Frederic, of course, he's at the bottom for expected goals because he's trash. He cannot skate. The fact he's in the lineup over Jeff Skinner is outrageous. All right, Retro with the $4.99 super chat. Skinner hasn't stopped anything all game as usual. Skinner, listen, Retro, I appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Skinner's not in the net. It's been Calvin Pickard all game. Kris, let me glaze him. Play Jeff Skinner. What's wrong with you, Kris Knoblauch? Why don't you play him? Now, would Jeff Skinner actually make a difference in this series? Probably not, right? Like, I'm coping. That's just an Oilers fan cope. But he cannot legitimately be worse than a guy who's playing on a busted ankle. Here's Pickard, negative 1.35 goals saved above expected. And then Corey Perry's played the least amount of ice time, 657. Next to Podkolzin, Janmark. Frederic has actually played more than Janmark and Podkolzin for some reason. It ain't -4 yet. Yeah, exactly. Kemper is negative 1.25. Pickard, negative 1.35. Identical. Yep. Well, that's the thing. If the Oilers could just, I don't know, man. The LA Kings, who are they not playing right now? Helenius, only 231. Look at the Kings. They're so top-heavy. They don't even play like 4 of their players. I mean, my body language would be terrible, too, if I had to work my ass off to try and just stay in a game and score goals, and your goaltender just cannot make a save, whether it's Skinner or Pickard. Just brutal, hey? But, folks, if you're tuning in, if you're new to the channel, if you're a returning viewer, please make sure to hit that like button on the live stream. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. I'm going to need that support because it doesn't look likely that Edmonton is going to be in the playoffs much longer. I may be seeing this team get absolutely swept on Sunday at my first ever playoff game. I'm holding out hope that they can find a way to come back in the third period. But the fact that they're in this position just drives me insane. Before I take a 5-minute break, I have 5 more of these Tim Hortons retrospective rookie packs to open. We pulled a Draisaitl and a McDavid earlier. Very nice cards. Hopefully we can pull another one or 2. And the Oilers' penalty kill has been pathetic. That's also been an issue. But again, it comes down to your goaltenders. Can the goaltenders make a save? They're not getting a save by anybody. First pack. Oh, we got Aaron Ambrose from the Montreal Victoire. Look at that. Okay, Marie-Philippe Poulin. Love to see that. Absolute Canadian legend. And, of course, Mario Lemieux. Look at that. Love to see that. Good old Mario Lemieux, one of the best players in the history of the NHL. He probably may have broken Gretzky's goal-scoring record if he did not have to retire early due to different injuries. He had cancer. Love Mario Lemieux. What a great player. Even Montreal. I mean, Montreal is, they get saves. Montreal gets saves. Right? Montreal gets saves. Moosey with the $2 super chat. Bring that heart rate down. Absolutely not. This heart rate is going to continue to skyrocket the rest of the game. Canucks fan here, cheering on the Oilers since my team couldn't make it. Hey, I appreciate that, Ken. All right, Connor Hellebuck. Oh, no. He gave up 6 goals yesterday to St. Louis. Is playoff Hellebuck back for Winnipeg? Seth Jarvis, look at that handsome Canadian. Played for Team Canada 4 Nations. And David Pastrnak, one of my favorite players ever in the National Hockey League. I love Pasta. What a tough season for Boston. Good season for Pasta. Maybe the next captain of the Boston Bruins. We'll have to see. Maybe it's not just Skinner. It's been the goaltending all year combined, not just Stu. But Pickard is usually reliable for a 900 save percentage, and he's not giving the team that tonight. Outwardly Krause with a $10 super chat. Love your stuff, Austin. Here's my question. If an early exit in the playoffs happens, do you see McDavid hold off on signing a long-term deal until the organization addresses the goalie problem? Good luck, Oilers Nation. I mean, listen, I wouldn't be surprised, right? I would not be surprised if McDavid commits to a contract but doesn't commit to signing it until management gets the team a legitimate starting goaltender. So that's a great question. Wouldn't be surprised if it happened. I think McDavid signs no matter what. I think him and Draisaitl are ride or die, but we'll have to see. All right, here we go, folks. Next pack, we got Stevie Y, Steve Yzerman, one of the youngest captains of all time. Cale Makar, a take a bow card. Look at that. That's a cool card. For Cale Makar. And JT Miller, not on the Canucks anymore. He was, of course, traded to the Rangers. Retro, Molson time, elbows up, support from California. Hey, I appreciate that, Retro. Got the Molson Canadian here. I don't know if I'm even allowed to show that on screen, but you know what? I'm doing it anyways. Molson, we're chill, right? We're chill. I don't apologize to Stu, and I'm not going to apologize to Pickard when I rip him a new one tonight, Elizabeth. Actually, should I be nicer? Should I be nicer to Pickard and Stu? Molson sellout. Rodrigue for starter. Oh no. Who do Oilers fans dislike the most on the Kings team? I will always dislike Mikey Anderson for his takedown of Draisaitl in 2022. Other than that, I mean, I like Philip Deneau a lot. I liked him in Montreal. I wanted Edmonton to sign him. I just told the guys to have fun. Thanks, Chris. Enjoy the golf course and enjoy being fired this summer. Another Marie-Philippe Poulin. Look at that. From the Montreal Victoire. And then we have Luke Shen. Celebrated prodigies. Was Luke Shen a prodigy? What the hell? Oh, no, Matthew Tkachuk. Oh, God, throw up. Imagine McDavid went to Colorado. He would win a cup within 3. He'd win a cup his first year there if he played with McKinnon and Makar. And they have Mackenzie Blackwood, who can stop a puck. Can you believe that? All the Oilers fans that wanted Blackwood when Colorado picked up Wedgwood, and they did not grab him. And every media member in Edmonton, every single one, being like, oh, no, Blackwood wouldn't make a difference on this team. Blackwood wouldn't do it. The mainstream media in Edmonton, man, absolute garbage. And they watch tonight, I guarantee you after the game, they are absolutely going to flame the Oilers defense. They're going to flame their forwards. They're going to flame Evan Bouchard. They are not going to say anything negative about the goaltending. I 100% guarantee it if Edmonton loses this game. And if they get swept out in 4, the media in Edmonton is trash. Trash. And they are complicit in where the team is right now. Oh, that's true, Ghost. If they shit on Pickard, but they don't shit on Stu after the first 2 games, that's even worse, in my opinion. That'll be even worse. Last pack, here's Sebastian Aho. I'm already mad and the game's not even over. Here's Aho. Oh, and Slavkovsky, he scored a big goal tonight for Montreal. First ever playoff goal for him. And another Cale Makar. Look at that. And that's all for my hockey packs. Might have to become a Leafs fan. Oh, no. Marchand. I mean, I'd like Marchand, The problem is Marchand would be a great complementary player if this team wasn't already so gosh damn old. They're so old. They are so old. All right, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break here, all right? I hope you all understand. Smash the like button. What are we at for likes on the live stream right now? What's the goal tonight for likes? Hold on, let me take a look. I don't know how many likes we're at. We're at 98 likes? Oh, no, we got to pump that up. We got to get that up to at least 150 likes tonight. At least 150. And subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. Everyone gets chair for the next 5 minutes. I hope you enjoy. Well, not quite 5 minutes. Maybe the next, 4 minutes. All right, folks. We're back. Does Edmonton find a way? Do we find some positivity here? Yeah, the heart rate goes up when I'm walking around. Oh my God, my OBS just turned massive on my screen. I was walking around. I was pacing. I was petting my cat. We will win it. 6-4 says Black Knight. I'm bookmarking that. Let's do it. Let's get the win. Let's find a way. Crosby or Marchand? I mean, Crosby's the dream. Marchand would be a great piece next to Draisaitl or McDavid. I still think he has a lot left in his tank, but we'll have to find out. We'll have to see. I'm not worried about free agency yet. I refuse to even think about it until I have to think about it. Yep, that's what's going to happen, Zayden. He's the GOAT. 951 in the ECHL. Can't be any worse than this. Knowing the goaltending will be 10-7 by the end of the game. That's true. Goalie's most important. And obviously the loss of Ekholm is much bigger than anyone anticipated. I knew the loss of Ekholm would be rough, but this is like way rougher than we anticipated. Are we getting swept? It looks like it, man. I don't know if Lankinen would have been the answer, but he'd give Edmonton a chance to win more than our goalies currently are. Agreed, Mr. NHL. All right, puck dropped on the third period. Hiding chat. I will respond during whistles and intermissions, of course. Let's see what the team has up their sleeve. Let's see if they can find a way. See if they can find a way. The Oilers had a 2-0 lead. It is now 4-3 LA as the third period begins. Oilers trying to get some pressure. Connor Brown with the puck. He loses it. He'll play it back to Kulak. Kulak up the middle finds Adam Henrique. Henrique trying to walk in. He's checked off the puck by Deneau. Puck comes to Connor Brown on the right half wall. Brown down low finds Evander Kane. Evander Kane walks out in front. Shot towards Kemper, and that's stopped by the LA Kings goaltender. And Skinner would have let that in. Yeah, probably Pickard too. That's fair, Ace. I mean, you would be pretty accurate, probably. Right, Claire? Like, it didn't matter who we put in. Skinner in, we lose. Calvin Pickard, he's had a tough game. It's unfortunate. I like Joey Decord. I think that'd be a great pickup, but... Off the face-off, Draisaitl goes down. Puck played to Klingberg. Klingberg towards the Kings net, goes high and wide. Puck bouncing around. Edmonton trying to keep it in. Podkolzin with Arvidsson. And the puck comes to the neutral zone. Here's John Klingberg. Klingberg. He'll shoot it deep. Into LA's end. Arvidsson. Spins off a check. Trying to come up with it. Doughty holds Arvidsson along the boards. Anderson comes in on Podkolzin. Draisaitl plays it all the way around, comes to Klingberg at the point. Here's Draisaitl. Across. Wallman. Shot. Goes wide. Doesn't make it. And LA looking to get it out. Oh, giveaway to Podkolzin. Podkolzin will get it back into Arvidsson. Puck comes to Kemper, and he's going to slide out of his net to hold on to that one. And Arvidsson, he's kind of hovering here. He's going to have to get out of there before they knock him down. No, Pix has been bad, Gold. It's not been a good game for Pix. I would. Rodrigue call-up win. Yeah, I don't think Rodrigue is going to be helping much here. We had a Boosh bomb. He scored on the power play for Edmonton earlier. But the Oilers, they can't draw a call anymore. Here's Darnell Nurse. He's going to walk it in. Centers it at the side. Doesn't make it. Here's McDavid now. He'll give it to Nurse with a shot. That deflects wide from the Kings' crease. And the LA Kings, high flip to center. Here's Philip Deneau. Deneau walks in on a backhand, and that goes high and out of play. Philip Deneau almost got alone there. Jesus. That's a interesting thing to say, Juice. That's an interesting... I don't know about that. You're right. Penalties don't happen in the third period. I like Jacks over Facts. All right, defensive zone draw. Janmark wins it. Corey Perry for Edmonton. Up the middle of the ice. Off of Frederic skate. Frederic can't even get the puck in deep, but the Kings give it away. Here's Frederic for the Oilers. Down low behind the Kings net. Perry to Frederic. Frederic around. Right circle. Gives it to Bouchard. Bouchard keeps the cycle alive to Matthias Janmark. Janmark on his forehand. He'll play it back to Nurse. Nurse looks for a lane, tries to center it. The Kings doing a good job boxing the Oilers out. High flip. Bouchard. Oh, man, Bouchard keeps that puck in. What a play. Janmark towards the net, misses. Oh, it's on the side of the net, and Corey Perry can't put it in. Bouchard once again towards the goal. That's stopped by Kemper. Good job by this fourth line for Edmonton. They're putting pressure on. The Kings don't get it out. Picked off by Frederic. Frederic way high and wide. What a horrible shot by Trent Frederic. That was awful. Here's Bouchard now for Edmonton. Oilers trying to bring it in. Here's McDavid. He'll center it to Hyman with a shot. And that's stopped by Darcy Kemper. As Kemper is able to make saves. But the Oilers are getting some pressure here. They're getting some zone time. They're getting some looks. Oh, man, if Perry had been able to get to that puck on the back door. And then McDavid walks in. Hyman with the one-timer off the rush. And Kemper with the big save. Hyman's only played 11-16 tonight. Offensive zone faceoff won by McDavid. Hyman on his backhand, checked by Drew Doughty. Nugent Hopkins takes it. Nugent Hopkins checked by Kopitar. Hyman trying to come up with it. Oilers top line continues to try and work the cycle. Here's Hyman. Backhand to the blue line. Here's Klingberg. Fake shot. Walks into the right circle. He drops it for McDavid. Walks in front. McDavid tries to play it to Nugent Hopkins on the back door instead of just shooting it. McDavid's just got to shoot. Here comes McDavid. Walks in to Nugent Hopkins. He's trying to center it. Kemper's out of his net. Oh, my God. How did that not go in? How did Nugent Hopkins miss that? What the hell is going on? How did he not put that in? Nugent Hopkins had a wide open net. He had Hyman in front. Darcy Kemper was out of his crease. I don't know if Kemper got a piece of it or if he just shot it wide. What the hell was that? Oh, my God. LA, they'll bring it into the Oilers zone. Oilers with possession, though. Here's Podkolzin. He'll find Emberson. Here's Kulak. Kulak with patience in the neutral zone. Plays it to Podkolzin. Podkolzin down low. Kulak will go after it. Kulak trying to play it back to the point, but the Kings will move with speed. Nice job by Arvidsson to cut that off, and the Kings put that into the Oilers bench. Boy, is this sad to watch. Yeah. Jeez. Start sharing game 4. I don't know how Nuge didn't score. He came... Klingberg was wide open, too. Did this hit something? I think it hit Hyman. I think Hyman's leg got in the way. If Nugent Hopkins had centered it to Klingberg or just picked a corner, he would have put it in. Now, when do the Oilers put McDavid and Draisaitl together in the third? Looked like the Kings leg. I couldn't tell if it hit the Kings leg or Hyman's leg. 15:50 to play here in the third period. Oilers, they'll once again dump it in deep and try and get in on the forecheck. Puck comes around. And the Kings, it goes out of play and deflected out of play, it looks like. I mean, I think the Oilers have had good looks. They just... Kemper's making saves, and they're not unable to bear down on some of their like really good looks. Another offensive zone draw for Edmonton. They have been pressing early here in the third, but they got to get one before the 10-minute mark. That is key. You got to get one before the 10-minute mark. Henrique off the draw, loses it. Edmondson up the middle, off of a body in front. Oilers keep it in. Evander Kane trying to get the cycle going. Tries to find Henrique. Henrique on his backhand. Oilers doing a good job trying to play it, and they're trying to call a hand pass there, but none forthcoming. Philip Deneau will grab it, and the Kings will reset. Here's Edmondson for LA. The Kings across the ice. They'll dump it in the Oilers zone. Calvin Pickard behind his net. He'll leave it for Brett Kulak. Here's Kulak with a bomb from distance onto Kemper, and Kemper will make the save. Hey, I appreciate that gold. Thank you. I don't know what the big boys are sitting at right now. I can look. McDavid, 1546. Draisaitl, 1448. Nurse, 1934. Kulak, 1732. Bouchard, 1456. Yeah, a lot of people would want McDavid to sign with their team, hey? Draisaitl, offensive zone faceoff against Kopitar. Draisaitl with Podkolzin and Arvidsson. Welcome to Buffalo, where he was always meant to be, was Buffalo. After their GM threw a hissy fit that they didn't win the draft lottery. Was mad that they were getting Jack Eichel. Here's Evan Bouchard. He'll play it down low. Draisaitl plays it back to Wallman. Wallman towards the Kings' net. That doesn't even kind of get close. Deflected wide. And the Kings will send that down the ice. Not icing. Wallman comes back for Edmonton. Here's Jake Wallman up the middle of the ice. Podkolzin dumps it in deep. Victor Arvidsson chases after it against Doughty. Arvidsson against Doughty. Doughty checking him. Comes to Draisaitl. Podkolzin to the point. Comes to Bouchard. Bouchard trying to play it across the ice. Edmonton keeps the play alive, though. Nice job by Draisaitl on the forecheck. Arvidsson can't pick it up, though. And here's Kempe for the Kings. He'll skate it up. Puck all the way around LA with the play. Here's a shot by Byfield. And that's stopped by Calvin Pickard. Edmondson around the net. Here's McDavid now. Oh, and here's an opportunity in the slot, and that goes high and out of play. And we're going to have a first commercial break of the third period. Oh, Benjamin, you've missed quite the doozy of a game. I don't think McDavid's too worried about the tax that he's paying. I think it's a little bit different when role guys who, maybe make $2 million a year, they might want to sign in a tax-free state over a place like Edmonton or, Toronto or wherever in Canada. I think people overvalue the tax-free state things, personally. I don't know about that, Kurt. I don't know about that. Feels like when we lost Colorado. The thing is, Colorado is just like the Oilers were outclassed in every aspect. The Kings, they're outclassing Edmonton in the special teams. And, of course, the goaltending is the big key. I don't think Edmonton has necessarily played that bad. The Kings have played good. In fact, I would say the Kings have played great. But Colorado is, on another level. LA feels beatable to me. The Kings feel beatable. Darcy Kemper is not playing at the level that he was in the regular season. The Kings are bleeding more chances than they were in the regular season. Always in doubt. Never back down, never what? I agree, Gold. Probably. But everyone knew that last year's special teams was unsustainable. And signing guys like Henrique and Janmark and the guys who were part of that penalty kill, nobody understands that PDO was not going to continue. That penalty kill could not continue at 95%. It's impossible to sustain that. Here's John Klingberg for the Oilers. He'll skate it up the middle of the ice, trying to find McDavid, and that's picked off by Fiala. Byfield brings it into the Oilers zone. Shot towards Pickard. That's stopped by his left pad. Here's Nugent-Hopkins for Edmonton. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins skates it through. Left side. Tries to send it in deep, but that goes off of a stick and out of play. The Oilers are not a physical team. All season long, they've been one of the least physical teams in the entire NHL. But for some reason in the playoffs, they decided we want to be a physical team now, and it doesn't make any sense. The Atlanta Sabres. I don't know, Jeff. Sometimes. Draisaitl, McDavid, and Perry on the ice. LA trying to come up with it. Fogle against Nurse. Moore against Bouchard. McDavid comes and supports on the back check. Here's Fogle, though, for the Kings. To the blue line to Doughty. Here's Mikey Anderson. Gives it to Moore. Behind the Oilers' net. Nurse tries to play it up. He's checked, and his stick breaks, and that puck goes up the middle of the ice, and that's not going to be icing. Kemper plays it. Here's Doughty for LA. Up the right boards. Danault loses it. Here's Draisaitl. Walks into the Kings zone on his backhand, trying to just play it up to McDavid. He holds it along the boards. Draisaitl and McDavid battle for it in the Kings zone along the near half wall. Trying to come up with it more. He'll actually escape with the puck here. Here comes Edmondson. Edmondson spins away from a check. Behind the Oilers' net. McDavid will come up with it. McDavid with a little bit of speed. He's going to go for a change, though. He's probably just going to play it back. Yeah, McDavid goes for a change. Here's Klingberg. He'll play it to Wallman. Wallman can't find Podkolzin in transition, and that puck's going to come up the middle of the ice. Janmark on the back check picks it up. Here's Podkolzin. Gives that puck to Wallman. Wallman into the middle of the ice. Here's Podkolzin with speed. Podkolzin plays it back to Wallman. Wallman keeps it in. Shot towards the net. Misses. Here's Janmark. Trying to make a play. He's hit off the puck. Podkolzin plays it back to the blue line. Klingberg keeps the puck alive. Janmark behind the net. Trying to center it. Podkolzin from his knees plays it back to Klingberg. Nice job by Klingberg trying to walk in. He's hauled down. Klingberg's hauled down. No call. Here's Frederic towards the net. That doesn't make it. High and wide. Podkolzin battles for the puck. Klingberg was hauled down at the blue line, and there was no call by the officials. Jesus Christ. And a big hit thrown by Edmonton there. I don't know who threw that hit. Here's Klingberg for Edmonton. He'll drop it for Brett Kulak. Kulak, he'll stick handle into the Kings zone. Reverses behind the Kings net. Kane against Doughty. Puck comes to Nurse. Henrique keeps it in. Down low to Evander Kane. Tries to find Brown. Here's a shot on Kemper, and that's stopped. Kane trying to come up with it in front of the net, and he can't make it. And the Kings, they're going to skate it out. Nice job by Edmonton, trying to poke it forward. Oh, and Pickard almost played that in the trapezoid. And here comes Evander Kane. Oilers on transition. Here's Kane. He's pushed off the puck. Comes up with it. Hard around the boards. Oilers are going to keep that in. Here's Kulak. He'll spin off a check and play back to Darnell Nurse in his own zone. There's 10:30 to play in the third period. He's going to wait for reinforcements. Darnell Nurse is behind his own net. Here's Darnell Nurse. Dumps it in deep into the Kings zone. Nugent-Hopkins chases after it. Puck comes to Bouchard. He plays it down low. Comes to Zach Hyman. Hyman off of his stick. Puck bouncing around. Him and Nugent-Hopkins fight for it. Bouchard pinches to keep the play alive. Hyman battles for it, but the Kings come up with it. High flip to the neutral zone for the Kings. That's all the way down the ice. That's going to be icing on LA. Klingberg was trying to get through, and he was clearly hauled down by Kempe, and Kempe even looked right at the ref. Oh, and Adam Henrique threw a hit on Clark. That could have been boarding too. Refs decide, you know what? No more penalties. The Kings got 2 power play goals. The Oilers have 1. Can't call anything else now. 9:59 to play. Offensive zone faceoff for Edmonton. Draisaitl with McDavid and Corey Perry for some reason. I think I'd rather someone with a bit more speed and skill than Corey Perry. I know why they play him, but at this point in the game and series, I don't think Corey Perry's the guy that I want to be playing right now with your top players. Here's Evan Bouchard for Edmonton. He'll reverse it to Jake Wallman. Wallman to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl skates it into the Kings zone. On his backhand to McDavid with speed. McDavid behind the Kings net. Trying to center it. He's hit by Doughty. McDavid, he'll play it to Bouchard. Bouchard towards the net, finds Perry behind the Kings net. Perry trying to make a play, trying to find Draisaitl. The Kings trying to move it up. Bouchard keeps it in. Here's Draisaitl, protects. Bouchard, far corner. Corey Perry can't come up with it. He battles for it against Kopitar. Kopitar gets it to Foegele, high flip to the neutral zone. And here's Wallman for the Oilers. He'll play it up the middle to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl finds McDavid with speed. Here comes McDavid. Left circle. He's boxed out. Plays it back to the blue line. Here's Kulak with a shot towards the net. Doesn't make it. Klingberg can't hold the zone. Klingberg across the ice. Oilers stay on side. Zach Hyman brings it into the Kings zone. Here's Edmondson for the Kings. Fiala off the boards into the neutral zone. Klingberg throws a hit against Byfield. Fiala chases after it. Nugent Hopkins will pick it up. Here comes Klingberg to Arvidsson. Arvidsson with a shot. He hits the goalpost. Arvidsson hits the goalpost, and Bouchard hit the goalpost earlier in the game. Here's a shot on Pickard. He steers that wide. Here's Arvidsson for Edmonton. Tries to play it across. Comes to Kulak. Kulak into the middle to Nugent Hopkins. Here's Nugent Hopkins into the middle of the ice to Trent Frederic. Frederic with a shot, and that deflects wide. Darnell Nurse. Oh, the puck at the ref. Can't come up with it. Oilers keep it in, though. Here's Arvidsson. Oh, well, the Kings do get possession. Here's Gavrikov now. 7:48 to play in the third period. Puck is sent into the Oilers zone, not icing. Oilers wanted an icing. They're not getting it. Podkolzin against Malott. Puck comes to Danault. Down low to Kempe. The LA Kings trying to get a cycle going. Here's Kempe against Bouchard. Oilers doing a good job keeping them to the outside. And here comes Edmonton. Here's Podkolzin. He'll flip it in deep. He'll go in against Anderson. He throws a hit. Kopitar with support, with possession. Up the half wall. Draisaitl trying to hold it in. Puck battled for along the boards. Comes back to the neutral zone. Here's Wallman for the Oilers. He'll give it to Wallman. Finds Kulak with a shot, and that's stopped by Kemper. Rebound. Nobody for Edmonton can come up with it. Kept in by Edmonton. Here's McDavid now. McDavid trying to give it to Draisaitl, who is alone in front. McDavid to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to Wallman. Wallman towards the goal. Misses. It's in the crease area. And Kane can't come up with it. He centers it in front. Where is it? It's in the net. The Oilers have tied the game. I don't know what that hit. Was that Evander Kane off of his skate? I don't know. I don't know. It might have been kicked in. I'm not gonna overreact. I have to see the replay. I don't know. There was a scramble in the crease. And that puck, I think it Kane's skate. I don't know if he kicked it, though. We have to take a look. What are they calling? What are the refs calling on the ice? What are they calling on the ice? Puck came around. Kemper's down. So the call on the ice is no goal. So the call on the ice is no goal on the ice due to a kick. But Evander Kane, I think, got his stick on it before it went into the net. I think he hit it with his stick after he kicked it. He kicks it forward, and then he hits it with his stick. He absolutely hits it with a stick after. His stick, he shoves it in with his stick. That has to count. That absolutely has to count. He kicks it forward, Kemper with the save, and then his stick shoves it in. That has to be a goal. There's absolutely no way this doesn't count. If they don't count this goal, I will cut smiles into my cheeks. I will cut a big smile in my cheeks. I will legitimately turn into the Joker. This has to count. Has to count. Puck is kicked forward, off the pad. Yeah, he puts it in with a stick. That counts. That absolutely counts. They're taking a while on the replay, though. Yeah, he shoots that in. That's a goal. He shoots it in. That absolutely counts. His stick shoots that into the net. Here's the call from the ref. Yeah, he hit it with a stick. It's a goal! Yes! The Oilers have tied this game up. Let's go! David with the $5 super chat. So this is what it feels like to be an Islanders fan. All right, 4-4 game, 6:42 to play. Evander Kane ties this thing up. And there's lots of time left in this game. There was no way they were going to call that one back. No way, man. No way the Kings challenge. There's no goalie interference there. Are the Kings going to challenge for goalie interference? No way. No way he's challenging. If the Kings challenge, hold on, if the Kings challenge and this goal counts, the Kings have or the Oilers will have a power play. There was no goalie interference. There's no way they challenge this. What happens here? There's no goalie interference. What are they calling? There's no goalie interference. Absolutely no goalie interference here. Oh, no way. No way this is goalie interference. Are the Kings challenging? They challenged? No way. No way this is goalie interference. There's no way they can call this back. How can you call it? Like, there's no way this is goalie interference. No way, man. They cannot call this back. The NHL is absolute bush league if they call this thing back for goalie interference. There is no interference here. Darcy Kemper's rolling around on his own. Kane's being brought in by Kopitar. There's no way, man. This has to count. That is insane if this doesn't count. Absolutely insane. There's no way. That's not goal interference. This has to be a good goal. You absolutely cannot take this back. The league, if they take this back, there's no way, man. Because Kopitar brings Kane there. Evander Kane is doing what he can to not make contact. This is Kopitar's fault. No, this has to count. It's a goal! The Oilers have a power play. It's a goal, and the Oilers have a power play. What a dumb challenge. The Oilers with a power play, they have a chance to take a late lead here in the third period. Let's go. This is a defining moment in this series. A defining moment in the entire series. They have a chance to get the lead on the power play. They have a chance. Let's go. The Oilers have a 2-minute power play, 6:42 to play here in the third period. Kane ties the game late. The Kings challenged for goal interference. It did not come back. So let's see if the Oilers power play can find a way to break through one more time. Here's the puck to Bouchard. He'll skate it up through the neutral zone. Drops for Draisaitl. Draisaitl to Bouchard, scores! Evan Bouchard leads 5-4 on a setup by Draisaitl. 6:32 to play. Let's go. Let's fucking go. What a play by Draisaitl. What a great job by Bouchard to go in and tip that in. Set play off the face-off. The Oilers have a 1-goal lead with 6:22 to play. Holy moly, what a play by Draisaitl to Bouchard. The Oilers with the 5-4 lead, and they have 6:22 to try and hold on. Hold on, boys. Turning point of the whole series. This could be the turning point of the whole series. Now let's see if the Oilers defense can hold on here. McDavid's still out there. 6:22 to play. Here's Doughty with the puck, and the Oilers fans are going wild. And there's a whistle. Puck out of play. Oh my God. And the crowd is going nuts. My heart rate is way elevated. Jeez Louise. What a game, huh? What a game. Wow. We have a commercial break, and I need a breather. I think we all need a breather here. The Stanley Cup playoffs are absolutely wild. This is why hockey is the greatest sport in the world. The highs and lows, man. Oh my goodness. Let's see if Edmonton locks this down. Can they just hold on? Cam donated $5 through Super Chat. Sorry I'm late on this, Cam. Good goal, and FYI, your heart rate was 95 when McDavid has the puck and 129 when Bouchard has the puck. Right? I'm not surprised. That does not surprise me at all. Holy smokes. All right, everyone. We're taking a breather, right? Taking a breather. Hit the like button. Unless you're Kings fan, of course. But hey, Kings fans, what a hockey game, right? What a game. I'm shocked that Hiller challenged that, honestly. Kings fans, I need to hear from you. Do you agree with that challenge? Do you think that was a good challenge? I need to hear from Kings fans because I'm going to address it in the postgame, no matter what happens. Heart rate fake news. That was a balls challenge. As Bouchard redeemed himself for tonight, at least. Jim says Flames suck. That was wild. Great call. I mean, obviously, as an Oilers fan, dumbest challenge I've ever seen. I'm shocked that they challenged. But this series is crazy. This series is crazy. The game's not over. The Kings have lots of time here. There's 6:17 to play. The Oilers have 6 minutes and 17 seconds to hold on. They are back in the lead. They were down 4-3 heading to the third period. Evander Kane tied it. The Kings challenged for goalie interference after a kicking review that went the Oilers' way. And then the Oilers score on the ensuing power play. LA, they're getting the cycle going. The Oilers have to find a way. Play structured, play defense. Kuzmenko gives the puck to Kopitar. Back to Anderson, across to Doughty. Doughty, he'll play it down low. It comes to Kopitar behind the net. Centers it to Kuzmenko. Here's Kopitar to Doughty with a one-timer. That goes high and wide. The Oilers scrambling in their zone a little bit. Here's Hyman. Hyman hauled down. Kings keep the puck in. Nurse against Kempe. Nurse trying to get the puck, can't get it. Anderson to Doughty. Down low to Kuzmenko behind the Oilers net. Here's Kuzmenko. Spins off a check. Comes to Hyman. Hyman will get that puck out of the Oilers zone. Hyman dumps it in. Not icing. He'll chase after it against Doughty. Hyman on his backhand. Leaves it for the Kings. The Kings throw it towards the Oilers bench. And here's Fiala. The LA Kings trying to tie it up now. They're putting pressure on. Fiala with the puck. Draisaitl can't come up with it. And then he checks him off the puck. But it comes to the point. Here's Clark. Gives it to Edmondson. Edmondson to Clark. Behind the Oilers' goal. Klingberg can't come up with it. Here's Clark. Reverses to Byfield. Byfield with the puck now to Klingberg. Klingberg trying to play it up the boards. Puck comes back to Edmondson at the Oilers' blue line. Edmondson down low. Puck bouncing. Fiala with it now. He'll play it back to Clark. The LA Kings working the cycle. They have nothing inside, though. Klingberg trying to get it up the boards. Here's Arvidsson with a high flip to the neutral zone. Arvidsson gets it into the Kings zone. Edmonton will try and make a change. Here's Clark for LA. He'll flip it and dump it into Edmonton zone. He gives it to Pickard. Pickard to Bouchard. Bouchard flips it to the neutral zone. Connor Brown gets it in deep. Adam Henrique chases after it. Adam Henrique behind the net. Doughty plays it up the boards. The Kings get an initial clear. Puck comes back to Evander Kane now. Kane trying to flip it in the Kings zone, and they're going to call the Oilers for offside. Wow, what a game. This is crazy. The heart rate's at 147. I got to relax, folks. This is game 3. I got to calm down. Oh, my goodness. How are we feeling? How are we doing? What are the vibes like? Holding the league hockey is not good hockey. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, holding the lead for this team is tough. I agree. The Oilers have to keep pushing. The Oilers have to keep pushing. They cannot take their foot off the gas, right? The LA Kings are going to be pressing hard, and 2 shifts in a row, the Kings had a lot of zone time. The Oilers did a good job keeping it outside. They haven't allowed anything to the inside lane yet. But the Oilers cannot afford to give up anything on the inside lane. Yeah, I mean, I just mute the commercials. I don't even pay attention. When there's commercials, I'm hanging out with chat. I'm looking over at my screen. What's going on, Rick? Do you think Pickard gets the... Well, I'm not answering that yet. Bush is the first Oiler to have 2 power play goals in a playoff game. Is that true? Let's see what happens. But I truly think that goal by Evander Kane, that tying goal, where they reviewed it for a kick, but Kane got his stick on it to put it in. And then the Kings challenging and blowing the challenge for goalie interference. I think that is the turning point. 100% the turning point here. All right, I'm going to hide the chat here. Hiding the chat. Don't know what anyone's saying. I got to focus on the game. We're back from commercial. Just make sure to hit the like button on the live stream. Hit the like button. We want over 150 likes. And subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. If you're enjoying the stream, enjoying the content, enjoying this wild game that we're watching. Oh boy, the Oilers still have a lot of work cut out for them. They have 4:05 to kill. Oilers win the faceoff. Puck comes to Bouchard. He'll play it to the neutral zone. Oh, and there's a big hit by Foegele on Arvidsson. Edmonton trying to bring it in. Comes to Draisaitl. Draisaitl, he'll backhand it deep into the Kings zone. Puck comes around the half wall. Here's Deneau. He can't get the puck deep. Draisaitl steals it. Darnell Nurse for Edmonton. Up the left boards. Can't find Arvidsson. He goes for a change. Foegele skates it in the Oilers zone. He's checked off the puck by Podkolzin. Here's Clark. Oh, and that's going to be icing on the Kings. That's icing on the Kings. Gonzalez became a member. Never got so excited before 7 a.m. Let's go, Oilers. Let's go. Thank you, Gonzalez, for becoming a member of the channel. All right, 3:30 to play here. Offensive zone faceoff for Edmonton. The Kings just iced it. Let's see if this top line for Edmonton can take advantage. McDavid wins it. Comes to Wallman. Down low. Hyman fights for it against Gavrikov. Gavrikov and Hyman. Hyman trying to make a play. Gavrikov against Hyman. 3 Kings down low trying to come up with it, and here comes Moore. Moore for LA. He'll backhand it deep into the Oilers zone. Wallman for Edmonton will pick it up. 3:05 to play. Here's Jake Wallman. Up the middle of the ice, finds Nugent Hopkins. Methodically dumps it in deep. He'll chase after it against Kempe. Drew Doughty now. He'll have the puck. He'll play it up to Fiala. LA. Oh, a nice job by McDavid to get in the way of Byfield. Puck is high in the air. It's offside by LA. Edmonton has to regroup. 2:43 to play. Puck dumped in. Here's Janmark. He beats the icing. Centers it. Here's a shot by Henrique. And that's stopped by Darcy Kemper. Wowzers. 2:35 to play. This is the opposite. This is the longest 6 minutes of our lives, Oilers fans. The longest 6 minutes of our lives. 2:35 to play. The Oilers have an offensive zone faceoff. I imagine if LA gets the puck, their next possession into the Oilers zone, they're going to pull their goalie. Guarantee it. I'm starting to lose my voice. .235 to play. 5-4 Edmonton. Shots 33-25 in favor of Edmonton. They have Draisaitl, Arvidsson, Podkolzin with Kulak and Nurse. Offensive zone faceoff. Draisaitl wins it. Here's a shot on Kemper, and he makes a glove save, and then he plays it. He plays it to Kempe. Kemper played it. The LA Kings with possession. Here's Kempe. He'll skate it up. He'll dump it in. And the Oilers have the puck. Kemper goes to the bench. Here's Nurse. He's being checked. Puck to the blue line. Kept in by Doughty. Here's Fiala. LA with the net empty. Fiala looking to center. He plays it around the boards to Kopitar. Here's Doughty to Kopitar. Kopitar down low. Kopitar half wall. Doughty with a shot. It's on Pickard. Saved by Pickard. And he makes the save. And there's some rough stuff after the whistle. Big save by Pickard. A lot of traffic in front. But Calvin Pickard with a huge save. And he holds on to it. Oh, boy. 1:57 to play. The Kings have pulled their goaltender. Wow. Man, Arvidsson off that faceoff had a great chance. Kemper made the save. Oh, man, look at that. Puck tipped a couple times, bobbled, and bounced into Calvin Pickard's chest. Empty net for the Kings. 1:57 to play. Offensive zone draw for LA. LA has to get the faceoff win. McDavid will take the faceoff. He's out there with Kulak, Wallman, Hyman, and Nugent Hopkins. He'll go up against Kopitar on the faceoff dot. The Kings win it. Here's Kempe for LA. Spins off a check. Kempe across to Doughty at the blue line. To Kopitar, far half wall. Puck comes to Doughty. It's bouncing. He's checked off the puck by Hyman. It's going to come to McDavid with a breakaway. He's going to put this game away. 6-4 Edmonton with the empty netter. Let's fucking go. Huge. Well, there's still a minute 40 left. It's not over yet. There's still a minute 40 left. So we're going to relax. Still a minute 40 left. Breathe. The Kings have a lot of time. Kings have a lot of time, folks. Nugent Hopkins got a stick on Kopitar's pass. Doughty couldn't handle the bouncing puck, and then McDavid brings it in with the empty net. He puts it right in the middle on the breakaway. Nice job by Hyman. He absolutely levels Doughty. And Connor McDavid, he brings it into the King zone, and he seals it. Potentially seals it. But there's still time. The Kings still have time. There's lots of time. Minute 28 to play. Here's Kulak now. He can't get it out of the zone. Kulak now with a high flip to the neutral zone. Connor Brown can't come up with it. Puck comes to Philip Deneau. The crowd in Rexall Place on their feet. Here come the Kings now. Oh, and someone fell. Here's Draisaitl. He'll bring it in. He'll flip it to Kemper, and Kemper's forced to hang on to that with a minute 7 to go. And Draisaitl in a bit of a shoving match with Danault. What a hockey game, huh? What a hockey game this has been. This is crazy. This is some of the wildest hockey I've ever seen. Did I say Rexall? No, it's Rogers Place. If I said Rexall Place, it's because I'm feeling nostalgic. I've only ever known Rexall Place for most of my life. All right, 1:07 to play. Hey, they're showing McMullet. We love McMullet in oil country. Offensive zone draw for the Oilers. There's 1:07 to play. The Kings are going to try and get possession. They're going to try and get it in Edmonton zone. They likely pull Kemper again, but we'll have to see. 60 seconds to play. Kemper going back to the bench for LA. Puck dumped in the Oilers zone. LA gets the puck. They're trying to come up with it. Here's Kopitar. He'll play it back to the blue line. Kempe with a shot. He fans on it. Doesn't get to the net. It's centered in front. Doesn't make it. Kopitar to Doughty. Back to Kopitar. No shot. Kopitar with a shot. And that's blocked in front. Here's more. Down low to Kopitar at the blue line. Checked off the puck. And here's Arvidsson for Edmonton. He's skating it out of the zone. Arvidsson's hauled down. Janmark throws a hit. The LA Kings have numbers. Here's more. In front to Kempe. Shoots, and that's stopped by Calvin Pickard. Janmark, he's going to hold it along the boards. He's just trying to kill the clock. Nurse loses it. It's centered in front. What a save by Calvin Pickard. And the puck is shot down the ice by the Oilers. And here's Connor Brown with his second of the game. And it's 7-4 Edmonton. What a save by Calvin Pickard. Wow. Calvin Pickard robs Anze Kopitar. And then Connor Brown beats the icing. Puts the puck in the net for his second goal of the game. And the Oilers have made this a series. This is absolutely insane. Jeez Louise. Pickard made one good save, and then the puck came in front, a centering pass, and what a save by Pickard on Kopitar. Wow. And what a dump down the ice. Brown beats the icing. And Connor Brown with his second goal of the game finishes this one off. The challenge by the Kings was the turning point in this game. Holy smokes. What a game. The Oilers close this one out by a score of 7-4. They have made this a series. It is a 2-1 series lead for the Kings. They will not be swept. I will not see this team get swept when I go to my first ever game on Sunday at Rogers Place, not Rexall Place. Play La Bamba Oil Country. I have got a victory chain behind me that I have to put on right now, or I will forget. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. Play La Bamba. The Oilers have won the game. Stuart Skinner, he's chatting with Calvin Pickard, letting him know that he played, well, I mean, he battled, right? Pickard had an awful first 2 periods, but he locked it down in the third. He locked things down in the third. It wasn't a clean win, but we take it. Calvin Pickard has to start game 4. You absolutely have to go back to him. Oh. Wow. What a game. We're 3 games into the first round, and my heart is already ready to explode. What is going on here? Victory chain. Did not forget it. Will not forget it. All right, folks. I am going to end the stream here, but I have to give a huge shout out. All of the super chats and memberships. You know what? Celebratory. No, I'll save it. We'll give gifted memberships for the next stream that I do, which will be Game 5. I will not be live during Game 4. However, I will still have a pregame report before Game 4, and I will have the postgame fan reaction from my hotel room after Game 4, where hopefully the Oilers have tied this thing up at 2. But before I end the stream, Gonzalez became a member. Thank you. Cam with the $5 super chat. David, $5 super chat. Retro, $2 super chat. Outwardly Crass, $10 super chat. Moosey, $2 super chat. Retro, another $4.99. Duster Buster, $13.99. David with another $2. David with $5. DH, $2.79. David with another $5. DH with a $6.99. David Edwards with a $5 through super chat. Bing Chilling became a member for 4 months. Thank you so much. Pickleball Pat, $2. David, another $5. Retro, $1.99. Moosey, $2. Retro, $1.99. Retro, $1.99. Unbelievable, folks. Thank you all so much. And we hit, I don't know how many peak concurrent viewers we had. I don't know what my heart rate hit. I'm going to have to decompress a little bit. We're going to be doing the post-game fan reaction. It is going to be uploaded within the next hour. If you're interested in watching what I talk about, I'll be going over different goals with the Edge Visualizer. We'll be going over the advanced stats. I will be talking about our experience tonight. And then tomorrow, the day after discussion, we will have a huge discussion to talk about. If you're interested in hearing that as well, make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. Your support tonight was unbelievable. And Kings fans, great game. All right. I'm always shaking your hand, right? My opponents, the fans that tune in that are Kings fans, they are great. They are amazing fans. Listen, Oil Country, give a round of applause and give some love to the Los Angeles Kings fans that have been tuning into these streams, that have been supporting, that they have been chatting, they've been hanging out. You are great. I love Kings fans. You're just truly incredible. And Oilers fans, we're not giving up hope. Hope seemed lost after the second period, but that was some comeback. I probably looked like I was throwing a temper tantrum after the second period. I got to learn not to freak out too much until the game is actually over. I have to make sure that I put the final score on. And now the Oilers have 1 win and the Kings have 1 loss. I will update that scoreboard. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the support, whether it's through super chats, memberships, subscriptions, chatting. Even if you're lurking and you're not watching, or sorry, you're not chatting. Of course you're watching. Thank you all so much. Hey, Russian Egg, I love that. Let's go. I love that. Have a great night, Oil Country. Have a great night, Kings fans. I can't wait to be at Rogers Place for my first ever playoff game on Sunday. I cannot wait. I am so jacked up right now to be there live. The first time I've ever been to Rogers Place live for a playoff game. Faith in Calvin Pickard. Faith in the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid. Leon Draisaitl. Evander Kane kickstarted that comeback in the third period. Let's go. Huge win. W's in the chat. Love in the chat for my Kings fans out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you soon. And I'll see you in the post-game fan reaction probably in the next hour, all right? Take care. Tell someone that you love them. And as always, fight like a kid, fight like Ben. I wear this every single day. Let's go, boys. Let's go. And girls and everyone else tuning in, thank you. We'll see you soon. Love all of you. Keep believing, Oil Country. Let's go.